I will not stay. I will come with you to bury my father. Many of you come, but none of you leave, and you don't last very long. It's my son. He was turned.
What did you say, Miles?
I'm going to walk up and stab the vampire in the heart.
Yeah, well...
Okay. Turns into almost what seems to be a rage or a torrent, and out from the water appears. So, you guys are outside of the Blood of the Vine Tavern. The mist still kind of swirl around throughout the village, even if you caught a brief respite earlier in the day. Light kind of trembles for, shoots out from the covered windows and things like that. You can hear people quietly inside whispering to one another. As you look over the tavern, you also see that there's claw marks and other what would seem to be signs of violence that have happened outside of the tavern. What do you guys want to do?
I don't like doors, boys. It's all you.
Let's head inside, I suppose.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So as you all make your way into the tavern, people look up at you very briefly, and they go back to drinking whatever they have in front of them. People are talking in hushed tones, and no one really gives you guys any time of day.
I'd like to take a look at the tables and stuff, what they're eating and drinking. Is there to see if there's anything out of the ordinary about this place, or what they're doing at the tables?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I want to give him a help option.
Are you proficient in perception?
I am.
Help me.
So how are you going to help him perceive?
I'm going to look over his shoulder and do a scan across the room, do a visual pat down, assess for any threats.
So, Bazzlo, as you scan the room here, you notice that everybody seems to be drinking wine. There is no water, there's no other beer, it is all just literally wine. As you survey the room, you notice at this table right here, there seems to be three motley colored individuals. In that case, they're all women, and again, they all don't seem to pay attention to you.
Alright, lads, it looks like there's some weirdness going on around here. Everyone's drinking some kind of wine. Shall we talk to the barkeep?
Yes, yeah. We need to find out some more information about what exactly is going on in this strange place.
Alright, I will lead the way.
While we're doing this, looks like Muurujin's exploring a well.
Muurujin's just standing outside. He's had enough of people today, so he just wants to be left alone outside.
Hello, barkeep. How are you today?
The pudgy little man behind the counter looks up at you and asks, "Wine?"
Mate, I have to ask. I see a lot of this wine around here. What does it seem? What are we drinking? What kind of wine?
He just kind of like mindlessly is cleaning glasses and looks up at you and just kind of shrugs his shoulders and goes back to cleaning the glasses.
How much for a glass of wine?
1 copper.
Alright, well, I think I'll pass. Anyone want wine?
Well,
I do not partake.
I do know alcohol is sterile, and one of my water flasks is empty. Perhaps we can get one just for a backup.
Alright. I'll hand him copper for a glass of wine.
Cool. He gives you a glass of wine and continues to just mindlessly clean the glasses.
I'm gonna grab that and
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna start filling up my empty flask with the wine.
You got it, Elzeiros.
I'm going to surreptitiously take a dagger and slice my arm, drawing blood.
All right, we'll go ahead and give me 1d4 damage here. And then with your passive perception, as you slice open, you take 4 damage. As you slice open your arm here, the 3 women next to you look up at you and just kind of like shake their head like, what the fuck? And the bartender seems unfazed. The other commoners just look up with incredulously at you and just go back to drinking.
I was trying to be sneaky, but okay.
Oh, if you're trying to be
we don't see
sneaky,
it?
yeah, okay. No one sees it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a stealth check there, then.
Yeah, I don't want them to see them, but I do want to see if they perk up.
Got it.
Oh, smart.
Stealth check that real quick.
No, everyone sees it.
Okay, so yeah, but no one gives a shit. Same as what before.
Okay.
Elzeiros, put a handkerchief over that or something, mate.
Oh, sorry. I guess I just slipped. I was trying to whittle something.
You're gonna get an infection. So, Barkeep, any chance you'd like to lend us some information as to who's running this place and where we can find them?
In a real morose, dull tone. You're in Barovia. I don't know what else you want me to say, and just goes back to cleaning the glasses.
Step up to the bar. Where's Ishmark?
With that, someone over at or the commoner here perks up ever so slightly and says, "I'm Ishmark."
Which one? Oh, okay. Him back there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a walk, fellas.
Follow Albert.
Perfect. So as you all walk up to Ishmark, he just kind of looks stoic as he continues to drink his wine. He looks up at you and just kind of shrugs at the interaction.
We met Morganita outside. She said to talk to you. You kind of ran stuff around here.
I mean, I wouldn't say I run things, but my father is the burgomaster. Was
you say?
He died a few nights ago.
And
I'm
his
sorry to hear
name
that.
was.
Whatever the name on the thing was, I can't remember.
Hey, Kaelin.
Yeah, Kaelin
Indorovich.
Durovich, yes.
What was his affliction?
The devil Strahd.
We have heard about this once before. What is this devil?
He lords over the land. He visibly is getting upset and seems willing to talk about this. He's cursed this entire land. He's just the devil who oversees it. Everything that you see is his fault.
Well, curses just happen to be our speciality. Any chance you've seen him recently, or know where to find him?
Ishmark looks up at you and just kind of like slaps the table and laughs lowly and just you don't know what you speak of, elf.
It is obvious we don't. Can you tell us more about Strahd and how he cursed this land, and where does he draw such immense power to curse?
No one knows. He's been here. He's eternal forever. He made some pact. He just exists. He is.
What types of afflictions do you suffer from his curse?
What do you mean? Do you not see the mists around you? The wolves roaming the woods, the dead, the dying? This entire place?
I do see a mist, but what about the mist? What is the mist?
You've noticed that you
friend.
can't.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
My friend, we've dealt with the mist. It's obvious that this is a commoner that lives in a cursed land. He's not a person that knows magic or anything of this nature. I think we should probably stick to simpler questions, perhaps about how to navigate the town.
He slams the table again, and he just shakes his head. And it's for the sins of all the Barovians, if I had to guess.
What were their sins?
Innumerable and uncountable, I guess. What else would bring upon this?
Fair enough. We are strangers to this land, however. I think you understand that we still have a little bit of, well, everyone around here looks quite disparaged. We've got an inkling to try and figure something out.
Understandable. Irina might know more. She's at the home, but you know, if you wish to try, by all means, you won't be a stranger in these lands for very long. Let me tell you.
Irina, that sounds familiar.
My sister.
Your sister.
What do you mean that sounds familiar? You're new here, are you not?
I have my notes indicate that she was bitten by a vampire not too long ago.
Yes. How do you know she's been bitten?
Well, your father, the Burgermeister, left us some clues, and in one, well, actually in both, he had mentioned that she was bitten.
The Stony brought us a letter.
Can I see the letters?
No.
Okay. Fine then.
Oh, hold on.
Let
You're
me
saying
let me
Yeah,
ask
you've
this,
been bitten by a vampire, and you want us to go talk to her?
She hasn't turned yet. She's only been bitten twice.
Is she your full sister or your adopted sister?
She's my sister.
Hold on. Only
So is the
been bit-
Burgermeister really your father?
Yes. He's
Okay.
looking at you incredulously, like, yes.
Okay. Whatever you say, bud.
I don't know if we have much to lose from giving him the notes, boys.
I agree. They are signed by his father.
I'm not giving him the notes because something he said just directly
contradicts.
contradicts what the fucking note said.
Yeah,
Very
and
well.
you said your Irina had only been bitten twice by a vampire. She should be a vampire, no?
No, it's three
What are the-
times.
3 times.
Has she ever been bitten by a wolf?
A wolf? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? You know what a wolf is, correct?
She's never been bitten by a wolf.
Do you know who Vistari is?
Vistari?
Vistoni? I may be saying that wrong. The guy who delivered the letter to us in Daggerford.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It doesn't seem you know much, huh?
Well, if you would stop being so cryptic, maybe I could help you. But if you want to be dead adventurers like all of the rest, by all means, be combative.
I'm not being cryptic.
What do you mean all
that? Questions.
What do you mean, all of the rest? Have you not seen that nobody leaves here?
Not
All right.
Yeah,
not
how many
quite.
other adventurers have been brought here with letters?
I'll be square with you.
Countless.
We spoke to a man named Zelron. Zelron brought us a letter saying a girl Irina was dying and may have needed our help. Where can we find her? Where can we find the vampires? And do you know any other information? Help us.
Well, if you want to find the vampires, there's a giant castle that overlooks the city. You could start there if you want.
That will be a good place to check.
He just laughs at that comment and shakes his head and takes a long sip of the wine.
Maybe we should show him the letter.
What do you think we'll gain?
Well,
That
we
will
can
make
find
it
out if the letter is false, and if we're going on false information, or we can find out if he's lying.
I think there's a lot we could learn from just looking at the two letters. But if you want me to show him the letter, which of the three would you have me show him?
The one from the old burgermaster.
Which one of those?
That was the first one we got.
the
The one
initial
we
task.
received in Daggerford?
Yep.
I will hold it in my hand and hold it out for him to see, not touch.
He looks over the letter and tells you that that's not his father's handwriting.
Yes, I would have to agree with that. Let's looking at these letters, I seem to be a bit confused myself. In the first one, colon indicates that Arena is the love of his life.
I have a lot of those, but let's not do that while we're talking to a random person at a table. We need to get somewhere quiet we can discuss.
Yes, I lean over as he states that that's not his father's handwriting, and I whisper to Albert, perhaps you can see if he can recognize any of the handwriting on the letters.
I would like to quickly glance at the two letters and compare the handwriting of the first to the second.
Give me a perception check. And Ismart looks to you, Elzeiros, and said, there has been many before you. Strahd likes to play with you. And with that, Albert, as you look over the handwriting of the letters, you notice there is an obvious difference in the signatures.
I hold out the second letter to ask him if this is his father's handwriting.
Yes, this is absolutely my father's handwriting. Where did you find this?
It appears he tried to send a messenger beyond the gates, beyond the fog.
Was
They
was
did
he a
not
young
make it.
was he a young man?
From what was left, he killed about 7 or 8 days ago.
He slaps the table and just says, "Fool."
And when did your father die?
Not 2 weeks ago. Time here is, as you can see, is a little misty from time to time.
Did your father actually write any letters looking for help?
Can I see the letter closer, please?
I hold it closer to his face.
This very much seems like you should leave. Not asking you to come here.
Well, it's not like we have much of a choice. We can't leave now if we wanted to, right?
You are as stuck here as anybody else.
Hey, where would we find Irina?
At the end of the road, there's a mansion.
Not the vampire castle, is it?
No, the castle is 5 hours walk from here.
Okay.
All right, well, it looks like we have a sister to see, because this guy is fairly unhelpful.
What do you mean unhelpful? You haven't asked any pertinent questions. I've told you everything I know.
Yeah, you just told us we're gonna die.
I mean, if you would like to try to defeat Strahd, by all means, but no offense.
Well,
me
you've been
before
here
you.
for some amount of time. Maybe you can point us in the right direction.
I mean, maybe if you help Irina, she needs to leave to Valaki.
All right.
All right, as I said, unhelpful. Let's go talk to the sister.
Yeah,
I want to ask him one
said,
final
"Don't ask
question.
Any pertinent questions?" And then he says, "I've told you all I know."
So I'm going to lean in and
Nothing else.
ask him, Is there anyone in this town that is still of the mind of trying to figure this out? Are there any rogue members collecting anywhere that are trying to resist this curse?
Ishmark looks up at you and he said, "Believe me, many have tried."
How about you humor us and just imagine if there were some other crazy-looking fellows like us. Where would they have gone? And are there any left around?
Believe it or not, as I told you, they are likely dead.
Alright. It sounds like to me we need to go see your sister, ask her about the vampires, and possibly have to take them out. Is there any other information that we would need to help your sister?
I mean, Strahd has some kind of weird pull to her and won't leave her be. Like I said, if you help her leave, she'll probably be willing to help you.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Ismark. We may be back with more questions.
All right.
Anything else you lads would like to ask him?
Yeah, what's with the wine? You feel like telling us now?
What
The
is it?
wine? It's
Yeah,
the
everyone here.
only source of happiness in this ungodly place, and it's the only thing that doesn't feel like it poisons you. The wells have gone bad since the last moon, and people are getting sick.
Hey, that checks out.
Is everyone agrees to move on to find tower at the end of the road?
Does anyone by any chance have 1 copper piece?
I just have gold.
Probably.
I don't even know how to.
Oh, is
subtract
that going to be a thing?
Yeah.
Can we break coins?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you looking to buy wine?
Yes.
Okay. As he sees you walk to the bar, he's like, "Eric, can you please get them all wine on me?" And Eric just nods his head and starts pouring glasses of wine for each of you.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
I just wanted 1. I want to go ahead and smell the wine.
Okay, give me a perception check. And Bazzlo, have you drank the wine?
No. It's Bapef. I bought it for Bapef. Bapef's got it in a jug.
Did you drink it, Bapef?
No, it's just in my flask.
Okay. Theron, as you smell over the wine, this scent of like sweet berries comes into your nose. Your mouth starts to salivate. It smells like some of the best wine you've ever smelled.
Okay. I'm gonna take one of my vials and fill it. How many do I have actually? Oh, they're in my pouch. I want to fill 2 of them up with the wine.
You want to fill vials with wine.
Yes.
Okay.
I have one last question for Ismark. Ismark, one last question. Where was your sister when she was bit by this vampire? You know.
Here in the city. If I had to guess, probably at the mansion.
All right. Thank you for the wine.
Some brother you are. Haven't even asked where she was. All right, let's go.
I told you where she was.
Desmond,
down
we
the
should,
Well, when was the last time you spoke to her?
A couple hours ago?
Nothing. Just want to make sure you were in consistent communication with her.
You'll notice that everybody here who is still alive is quite close.
Gentlemen, I think we should find somewhere quiet to discuss a few matters.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Read.
Right.
Yep.
How do we know this is not a trap?
Oh, let's find somewhere quiet.
I believe the trap has been sprung.
We're directly on the other side of a window.
Oh my god.
No one can hear you as long as you're fucking whispering.
Not whispering.
So I've had a moment to look over these letters. There's some variances between the two, and now it would make sense why. But the thing I'm concerned most about right now is the second letter, which he said was authentic. The Burgermeister refers to Irene as his adopted daughter.
And he said that she was just his sister.
Correct.
Did we
Yeah, but
find
that
out
matters
if he was
not.
adopted as well?
Wait.
I
What if,
asked if his father was actually his father, and he said yes.
what if he doesn't know? What if the reason that Strahd feels compelled to this woman has to do with the fact that she's adopted?
And if she hasn't converted,
If he wasn't trying to let anyone know, and he was sending a letter with a messenger to get out, and the possibility was there that this messenger wouldn't make it, why would he not just refer to her as his daughter?
Wait. I don't know.
It doesn't
Right,
really
'cause
make
that-
sense.
if there was secrecy, you would definitely want to keep that secret and not write it down in the letter. That is true.
Hmm.
But we cannot rule it out completely.
I believe we should go talk to her. If she's still of stable mind, maybe she can clarify.
Are we confident this is not a trap?
She'll
Well,
bite us
as-
in the process.
As Bapef said, we're already trapped. I don't think they need to trap us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Elzeiros, because I have a question for you as well. The first night we met, your eyes perked up when you saw the seal, and you said that the Harpers would be interested in it. What do you know that you're not telling us?
Let's
You know something that got us in here. You know this seal. How do you know this seal?
just say I have had experience with vampires in the past.
Where?
Okay, let's say
Because
you elaborate on that.
yeah, where have you had experiences with vampires?
What's the actual world called? Not Strahd. We're
Barovia?
Barovia. What's the main world of D&D called?
Faerun.
Faerun. Thank you. Well, this letter isn't the first thing that's come out of Barovia. There have been vampires coming out of Barovia into Faerun for a very, very long time.
Do you know of
Apparently
any
this
people
letter-
that have made it out?
No.
That's concerning.
Well, apparently this letter didn't make it out of here either.
Hmm.
And I hold up the first letter that's clearly a forgery. It would seem that someone tried to get us to get in from the outside.
Mhm.
Give me a history check. You remember the gaily dressed man who came in, and you remember how regal his clothing was, and you remember the three women sitting at the table, drinking quietly. Their clothes look similar.
Huh. Might be a long shot, but perhaps he was a vampire and those were his subjects that he fed on.
Also, it's not necessarily true that the letter didn't come from Barovia. It just didn't come from the Burgermaster, as far as we know.
Well, let me ask you to look at these two letters. Do you notice anything different in the header? One of the dates is written in standard time, the time we go by, and I can't quite decipher the one that came from the Burgermeister.
He did say
If
something
they are
about
running
time
on-
passing differently here.
Yeah, but that doesn't change how you write the date. The
Right.
date is written completely different here. So with the date being written different, which is 2 weeks prior to when we left Daggerford, I would assume it came from our side.
It makes sense.
So
What
who would want to
good
bring
does
us
that do
in
us
here?
here?
Yes, who wants to lead us here? Unless, like you said, vampires have got out and now they're feeding Strahd. We're trying to bring more to Strahd.
I think that mystery will be uncovered.
It does seem that way, though, that they're trying to bait people in. Because eventually, the vampires will run out of food.
Also, if we see more Ganthera on the streets again, we should probably question her. I don't know if you guys remember, but she was walking around with her pastry cart. As we were leaving, there was a mother and a girl that she was talking to, and then we saw her again, and there was a little girl following her. Why is that little girl following her?
Maybe she really likes pastry.
Maybe. We shall see.
Yes, I agree. We should definitely proceed with caution.
We should go see the sister, though. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Yes,
I agree.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. We on the move?
Yeah, I beckon Moo to follow us as he's been quiet this time.
Oh, not the right one. Womp womp. Perfect. And he said that it was this way.
Which building's the tavern, by the way? The brown one?
Yep, I'm just about to mark it for you. We walking? Or are we taking notes? What are we doing?
We're
We're walking.
very perceptively looking around and walking.
Cool. Give me a perception check, Geo. Perfect. You look around at some of the people that are just milling about the streets. You notice quite a few of them are just wearing like drab gray clothes. Some of them have like a little bit of a splash of color to them. And those individuals, as you take a look at them, they seem a little more lively or normal.
Okay. I would like to walk up to one of these individuals.
Which one?
The first one I see, I don't know.
The people who are drab and quiet,
No,
or
the lively one.
Sure. As you walk up to one of them, they look at you and give you a look, and they put their head down and continue to walk away.
Hello, person.
You see a male, who looks dirty but is trying to maintain a tough upper lip, and he looks up at you and goes, "Yes."
You seem to be a little bit more exciting than the rest of these folk. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Where are you going?
I'm Ivan, and I am going to the well.
The well? But it is my understanding that the water in the wells has been contaminated for some time now.
You can't drink anything but wine all of the time. People still need to drink water.
And you've been drinking the water and are fine?
I mean, I feel mostly fine. Others have caught ill. I guess I just have a better immune system.
Do I notice anything else about him?
No, he just seems like a normal dude.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ivan. I was just wondering.
He kind of like rolls his eyes at you and throws his cloak up and continues to walk.
What do we think about that, boys?
Appears that the water is definitely tainted, but maybe some people have a resistance to it.
Or maybe they have no other choice.
That as well.
Were they all of the same race, Mike? All these pedestrians?
Yes, they were all human.
Okay. I think it's something we just take a note of and put in the back of our minds.
I'd like to put a hand on Bapef's shoulder and tell him to guide me. And I'm going to send Silver up to kind of get a 360 of what's in our immediate vicinity.
Cool. As you see her go up into the air, and you look through, I guess, her eyes in that case.
I can transfer to their point of view, yeah.
Yeah. You see a church up on top of the hill that's to the north of you guys. You also see over this way, and let me just do this then, because I don't know about you, my map is now just all gray and not overlaid like it typically is. Because I think I'm looking at your
Yeah, if on the bottom right, you can pick a party view or DM view, I believe, and it will change it from what we see to what you can see.
What is going on here?
Should be in game info, yeah.
That just says connected view. It doesn't even. Oh, interesting. Okay, I was watching your view. So as she goes up, you see a church up here, and you see a mansion over here. But you also notice that there's a house that's been burned to the ground right here. Everything else just seems to be a normal city.
Perhaps we could stop by at the church.
You didn't see a church.
No.
I tell my party I saw a church, a burned down house.
I'm assuming the mansion is the one that he was referring to.
Aye.
So that's
If you would
probably
like to
where
go to
Irene
church,
is.
I suppose we could. What does everyone want to do?
Well, if the church were still consecrated, there would at least be some safe people here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get to the vampire daughter, find out what's going on.
Okay. I
Agreed.
would still like to stop at the church after we talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So we're just gonna say you guys walk up to the. Is there anything you guys want to do along the way?
Yeah, Bapef wants to just use his senses and try to see if he picks up anything odd smell-wise.
With your passive perception, you smell decay and rot and the smells of a normal town that looks like it's been trapped in mist for the last God knows how long.
Cool.
I'm just
Anybody
going to be
else?
trying to make note of which houses have smoke coming out of them as we walk past.
Got it. Let's see. Let me just go ahead and erase those then. Anybody else? And welcome, Danny. Oh, I thought he was here. Yes.
Me too.
He's in channel.
Cool.
Anybody want to fill him in?
Sorry, I'm stuffing my face.
Actually, he was outside of the tavern. FYI.
Yeah, he was talking to you guys out there. So if someone wants to fill him in real quick.
One of the
We're,
letters is fake.
little iffy about the Burgermeister's relationship to his so-called daughter. We don't know if it's his actual daughter or someone completely different.
Okay.
Strahd has some unknown interest in her, and according to her brother, she has been bitten twice by a vampire, and is not a vampire, so we still don't know what's going on there.
Cool.
Cool. So as you guys approach the mansion, a weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the ground and press the menace upon the house itself. Yet, against the walls, the growth has been trampled down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish off the walls. Great black marks tell of fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All of the windows have been barred with planks, each one marked with the stains of an evil omen.
Wicked.
I turn to the party. Does anybody recognize these symbols?
Oh, I certainly don't.
I want to take a look at him.
Put eyes on him as well.
The symbols are really just great gashes of black with what seem to be torches, torch marks. There's no real symbol to them.
Okay. Shall we not?
Again, we should probably case this joint first.
Yeah, you said there's a
Alright.
path that's going around right outside the building, inside the wall.
Bapef, as you look around at the path, you notice that it's just trampled paw paths of like wolves and some human footprints.
Gentlemen, I believe these are the tracks of people and animals. Perhaps pets, perhaps not, but...
Perhaps we look for a different entrance, or
Yeah, Albert. Perhaps you could send your buddy there to do a quick around the property so we don't draw any unwanted attention.
I can go ahead and shoot Silver up, but I would like to mention that when we asked Ishmark about wolves, he seemed dumbfounded, like how would she have ever been bitten by a wolf? Now we find wolf tracks literally around their house.
His house, that's true.
Noted.
I think everyone's lying to us.
Pause. You guys are looking way too deep into that. Just gonna give you a heads up now.
So there's wolf tracks around our house.
Paw prints.
But he
said be a lot
was
of
more incredulous about the fact that she had been bitten by a wolf.
And now there's wolf prints. You can say it has nothing to do with it, but I see you.
he's a leper.
I would like to roll for wolf prints. I'll send Silver up to survey the area.
Actually, yeah, him having said that while he sends Silver up, I would like to actually examine these prints because I know from our interactions previously that werewolf prints would actually be quite different.
Perfect. You see nothing but wolf prints. Some bigger than others, some much bigger than others, but they are all very clearly wolf prints.
Still odd. I can't really see much from the outside. This place kind of seems like a dump.
Yeah, you guys notice that everything has just been boarded up. Like I said, there's claw marks and burn marks everywhere, like someone has been trying to get inside of the building.
No other entrances.
Yeah,
I mean,
did I see any back
There's
doors or
boarded up
anything?
windows, and that's really about it.
How's the front door look?
Paw marks?
Yes, claw marks, burn marks, really everything. And the front door is It's not completely barred up, but it does look like it is locked.
Bapef pulls out a torch. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's finish the job.
I'll cast Mage Hand, and it'll slowly apparate up to go knock on the door.
As you cast Mage Hand, you notice that your typical blue hand is skeletal, and you go up and knock on the door, and you don't hear anything come back.
I yell her name.
Irina.
Irina!
Give me a perception check.
Your brother sent us to check on you.
Roy style, just out here yelling your name.
With the screaming and yelling, you faintly hear someone, walk up to the door and or a rustling behind the door, not walk up to the door.
Hello.
Someone want to go put an ear to that door?
Theron, you or me?
Put an ear up to the door.
And I'm gonna go right with him just to be ready.
Did I hear anything?
Give me a perception check.
I'd like to help him. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna help him listen to a door.
I mean, I'll listen as well, yeah.
I'm gonna cup his hands like this so I can put my ear up to his hands and sit on the door.
You hear a slight rustling behind the door, and it's pretty clear that someone is standing behind the door.
Oi,
Irina, this is you. We would like to talk to you. We have a note from your father.
From behind the other side of the door, you hear, "Go away! I do not trust any of you. You're in league with him."
Who is it? A woman's voice or a man's voice?
It is a woman's voice.
Do you do not trust your father?
My father is dead. What are you doing here?
Well, he asked us to come aid you and help potentially revert any illness that you may have.
I do not trust you, nor do I believe you.
Bapef
We're the only people in this town you can trust.
Bapef looks back at Albert and beckons him. The letter. Perhaps we can slide the letter under the door.
So show them what we got in the letter of a dead guy?
I mean, we all have read the letter, right? We know its contents. It's not like it disappearing would... I mean, she's not going anywhere. Everything's boarded up.
I shake my head and hand him the letter.
I say to Irene, perhaps this will change your mind. And I slide the letter under the door.
You hear someone very clearly pick up the letter and start to read over it. Cool! You've given me a letter that my dad wrote that says to not come. I don't know what this proves.
Well,
I literally facepalm so hard.
Unfortunately, we are here and we're trying to remedy this situation the best we can. We have not lost hope like it seems most of the citizens here have. Perhaps you can help us.
Give me a persuasion check.
I would like to give you all of that.
It's an 8.
I do not care who you are. I do not believe you. You're probably in league with Strahd.
One thing I can tell you is that we are not in league with Strahd, as we're...
Give me a persuasion check.
Why isn't the bard saying these things?
No room at the damn door.
Hey!
Hey! me. All right, now make it convincing. Like she should actually trust you, Geo.
One thing I can tell you for sure is that we are not in league with straws. We too are skeptical of you and who you are and why we should save you. But one thing I know for sure is that we were meant to come here for a reason, and we'd like to clear some things up with you.
Clear some things up with me. All right. Let's see here. Perfect. You hear a door unlock and what sounds to be quite a heavy, like a board of wood that sits behind those doors. You hear it lift up and clatter to the ground there. As you guys step in, the interior of the mansion is well furnished. It shows signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are like boarded up windows, and there's holy symbols everywhere. The burgomaster's lying on the floor in the middle, and you see a striking young woman with auburn hair, and she has 4 bite marks, 2 on each side of her neck.
I would like to ask Irina, I think you should board up that door immediately now that we're all in the house.
Are you all coming into the house?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know if I want to come in the house.
Thank you.
I'll go
Thank
there.
you, Irina.
Are you coming in or not, Albert?
I don't know. Is Elzeiros coming in or?
Yeah, I'm going in.
Okay, everybody's coming into the house. As soon as you all come into the house, Irina picks up the board and closes the door again and looks out just one more time before she closes the door. Yeah.
I assume. Well, first of all, thank you for trusting us. I assume you were boarding up the door to keep Strahd out.
What was your first clue? She says sarcastically.
Does he try to get in?
Night after night, he comes for me.
I have to ask.
I see.
Wait, what
Well,
form?
do you mind? Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry about that, Theron. I just had an idea. What does he look like when he approaches? Is he in a different form or the form of a man?
Do you not see all of the paw prints?
What would you say, a werewolf?
I mean, he comes in many forms. The wolf, a bat. It's really whatever he decides.
Okay.
Actually, ma'am, I was ensured that the tracks outside were not from a werewolf, and they were just from a regular wolf.
They are indeed just regular wolves.
I lean over to Albert. I lean over to Albert.
A wolf, yes.
Yes.
As a wolf.
I lean over to Albert. I believe he's a shapeshifter like me.
Irina.
I've heard of vampires turning into bats before, but wolves?
I'm just gonna talk about the elephant in the room. You have been bitten.
Yes.
Twice, my dad.
Who did this?
Who do you think has bitten me?
It must be Strahd.
Winner!
Yeah.
Strahd. So where does this did happen? Was he able to come inside your home?
If I leave the house, he is always upon me. It does not matter.
I see. Well,
How
I
long?
look at the party. What if we were meant to find that letter?
That letter. Where did you find this letter?
We found it on a body, on a journey up here, and I'm starting to wonder if this was part of Strahd's plan all along.
Was
to get you out of the house.
Was it a man who was carrying the letter?
Yes, he was dead and had been dead for some days.
Dalvin, idiot.
How do you... Delvin, you say? Who is Delvin?
He was my father's servant, I guess, if there were a better word.
And your father, we heard that he had passed away recently.
Isn't his body like right here?
Well, she hasn't told us that yet. She hasn't told us that. We don't know what he looks like.
We said we saw the Burgermaster laying dead in the middle of the floor when we came in.
But we'd never seen a picture of him.
I mean, context clues. Ishmar tells you his father's dead.
Yeah. I'd like to inspect, assuming that we're aware that this is the Burgermeister's body, I'd like to inspect it.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Hold on, I'm writing some notes. Alright. Did you say investigation?
Perception.
Perception. 7.
It is indeed a dead body who smells not quite putrid, but getting there.
I was going for, does he have bite marks on him as well?
Yeah, he's got slashes, mostly just a slash across his neck. There are scratches up and down his arms, not really any bites though. Are we looking for vampire bites?
Yeah, precisely.
No vampire bites.
He just got mauled.
Irina, how did your father die?
She looks up at you, slightly confused. Do you not see the state of this place?
Well, what happened?
One of Strahd's fucking villains slit his throat. I don't know what else you want me to say.
I see. And I take it for the fear of your own life, you haven't buried him.
I cannot leave without being accosted to some extent. They come every night.
Well, if given the opportunity, do you mind if we bury his body?
I was actually going to ask if you could help.
Wonderful. Great. Is there any plan you had in mind? Any ideas?
There is a church up above the village. If you've made it that far, I plan to bury him there.
But I fear that you must stay while we do this.
I will not stay. I will come with you to bury my father.
Are you so sure that's the best course of action?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, also, what time of day is it?
It's about 1 o'clock, we'll say. So with your passive perception, you actually notice that Irina seems pretty fucking tough. She doesn't seem like she can't handle herself.
Let me ask you this, Irina. If Strahd is this big, bad, all-powerful man, monster, machine, how do these 2x4s keep him out?
You do understand how vampires work, right?
They can fly in the nighttime.
I lean up to him.
If I want to turn into a vampire.
Put my hand on his shoulder. They gotta be invited in.
Well, she like subtly nods at you and goes, "Yeah."
Well, how are you not a vampire?
Good question.
Strahd plays many games. I could not tell you.
Well, I would deduce that his persistence mean that the job is not quite done.
Do you not think if he really wanted me that he could just come and get me? That there has to be some other reason, and I don't know what it is.
That leads me to my next point. Has your father ever spoken to you of your childhood?
I mean, my father, I guess he adopted me when I was younger. There's quite a few orphans around here, but we don't really, yeah.
Two questions. Your brother was quite convinced that this was your biological father. And B, do you remember before you adopted any of your life?
I'm sure Ishmark was just saying that I am his sister. Um,
Family is family.
yeah.
Fucking told you so.
As far as my childhood, I mean, my parents were from Barovia. I guess as normal as a childhood as any in this land.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering if there's more to your adoption than we know.
If I knew, I would tell you. You all seem very clearly like you're not working for him. So
He seems like quite a bad fellow, and in that case, we definitely want to help you, who are quite clearly his target, as much as we can.
well, Ishmark wants me to go to Vallaki, but I won't leave without burying my father and at least tying up a few loose ends here.
All right.
What might those be?
Well, if you haven't noticed, people are getting sick quite often, and the well seems to be where I would check first in that matter, and of course burying my father.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How do you plan on getting to Vallaki?
I mean, I don't plan on going to Vallaki. I just said my brother wants me to go there.
What is Vallaki?
It's
And
it's
why-
a city that's much more well defended than here in Barovia.
Do you know how he plans on getting you there?
I no idea. I've said no up until this point.
Why would this city make you any safer than you are here if Strahd is all powerful?
You tell me. There's walls. There's people there. Much more people.
I don't think if Strahd is who I understand him to be, I don't think it matters.
Look, Strahd's intentions are unknown to me. I don't know what to tell you about that. All I know is that he wants me.
Is it even possible to travel there from here, with the mist and all?
Yeah, you just follow the road.
How long does it take to get there?
About a day and a half.
Okay.
I walk up to Irina and just put the hand over her. Do I feel any like weird magic coming off of her or anything? Does she feel different than a normal human?
Give me an Arcana check. Actually, yeah, go ahead. Give me. Yeah, there's no magic coming off of her. She just looks like a stout young woman.
Well, and I look at everyone. Here's what I propose. Wait, what time of day is it?
1 p.m. By the way, 1 p.m.
I propose we spend the night here to see if Strahd comes around and perhaps can give us, or we can collect any more info on his motives or even what he does, and bury your father in the morning.
Sounds fair to me.
I like that idea.
I look over to Irina. Suppose we do all agree to help bury your father, and I for one, will definitely lend my aid if I can. Do you have any provisions here that maybe prepare us on our journey?
There may be something to scrounge up for food. As you can probably guess, it's hard to get things here if you haven't seen that already.
Understandable.
Okay.
Just one problem with that. If Strahd comes here, and we are here, we will probably die.
Well, he hasn't made it inside, has he?
He's
No point.
Wolves
been hurt
do.
twice.
Just don't invite him in.
Maybe we come check on her in the morning.
I would say putting ourselves at somewhere that is literally attacked every night is probably not the best way to get a restful night of sleep.
Well, what are we here for? Are we here for Irina?
Okay,
Because-
I need
We're
to prepare
trying to
spells.
leave this place. You guys keep getting distracted with helping people. We're trying to get out of here.
For once, I agree with Albert.
Fair point.
But where would we go? The inn?
Well, actually, now that I think about it, wouldn't even safer place be the church?
I don't know about that.
It's-
I would like to go investigate this church and maybe
Tell you what, let's go bury her father,
I
and then assess the
want-
church and go from there.
I would like to not bury her father today. I must prepare for this.
To put somebody in the ground?
I just yes, let's just say yes.
Can't do it as a ritual?
So, Theron, as you are talking, you do notice that there is a coffin that does have flowers around it. It looks like there has been some acquiring of things for burial, even though she hasn't left yet.
Okay. I would still like to do it in the morning.
You know, there is a place we can stay that no one in the town knows about.
Oh,
Where?
And how are you privy to this and we're not?
That house where we killed all the zombies.
mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
At
how
least
about we
hopefully.
start? How about we start by putting the body over in that casket that Theron found?
Yes.
Yeah,
would-
I walk
Oh,
up to the
yeah,
body. As Bazzlo says that, I walk up to the body and I start putting my arms under his shoulders.
I also help with the feet.
Cool. You guys take the body over to the coffin that's laid out. Irina seems to be more comfortable with you guys being around and your willingness to help.
Yeah, plus points.
I vote we stay here.
I vote we stay anywhere that's not here.
I kind of agree.
I think the safest place is here. He has not been able to get in for quite some time, right, Irina?
He has not. And since my father's died, the attacks have been smaller in size. Just a couple wolves prowling around at night.
Yes.
Perhaps we bring it to a vote.
If we do not get rested tonight, tomorrow's going to be a very bad day. If we're kept up by wolves or defending this place, or if by chance there's a larger attack, we are literally going somewhere that we know there will be conflict. I would choose somewhere that perhaps has the chance of not having conflict.
Irina places a hand on your shoulder and looks at you dead in the eyes and says, Albert, if he wants to come find you, he already knows where you're at. You,
How do you know my
not
name?
understand. Have you not said your name?
No,
Oh, well, fuck it. Okay, Mr. Pointy-hatted dickhead.
I don't have a pointy hat. I have clothing. You can see it on me right now.
But she does tell you that, hey, look, if he wants to come for you, he will come for you.
I'm not worried about him coming for me, darling. I'm worried about him coming for you.
Look, let me put it this way. There's been many like you before, and he likes to play with people like you.
That's fine.
All right. Now,
Whatever you guys want to do.
do you think we would get a good night's sleep if we stayed here? Would you be okay with going in the morning to take your father to the burial?
I mean, that's fine for me.
I walk through the
Alright.
door, put my hand on Theron's shoulder, and perhaps if we're staying here, say a prayer for our friend over there.
Yes. Yes.
Shall we sing a
Um,
hymn, boys?
I would like to do that in the morning. Well, I can say 2 prayers.
I'd like you to bless this fucker tonight so we don't get attacked.
Well, that's the problem. I need to prepare myself to be able to bless him, so to speak.
Okay,
And-
okay.
Can I ask one more thing of you? Can you get Ishmark and have him help you deliver the body to Donovich, the priest up at the church?
Do you want him to come here tonight?
I mean, he'll be here tonight anyway, so...
So we've got 8 hours to burn. What do you guys want to do before
We
sunset?
do have time. How long did it take us to walk here from the tavern?
That's what I'm saying. We're burning
Like-
a half a day.
Like 30 minutes from the tavern.
That's not bad.
If
You
that
want to go
even.
scope out the church?
Yeah, we can scope out the church.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect.
I walk up to Irina. We will go get your brother, and we will be back before sunset.
Sounds good, bro.
Sounds good, bro.
Well, bro, that's a new one. I've never heard that. I'm adding that to my song. Bros from Barovia.
Perfect. So, where are we gonna go first?
The church.
Straight to the
Let's
church.
check out that burnt house on the way to the church. It seems to be on the way.
Cool. Perfect.
Word.
Yeah, because I'd like to, just between us, metaing a little bit, I'd like to escort him to the house.
Ishmark?
Yeah.
Cool. So, we're all going to the burnt house.
Correct.
Cool. So, as you guys approach the burnt house, a familiar feeling comes across you as you look on and realize that this house is recognized by you. You remember the wails and the screaming of the house that you burnt down, and your brush with the otherworldly forces.
How long ago does it look like this one burned down?
It's still smoldering.
Okay.
Is there? I'd like to take a look at just at the house. Is there anything else about it other than it burning? Any symbols on it or anything?
Give me an investigation check.
Is there anybody in the road around us?
No, it's just empty. Bazzlo, you just can tell that this is the same house that you guys escaped from.
Oh,
Wait,
wait.
that's
The
wild.
mansion?
Gentlemen,
Yes.
you recognize this house, or am I crazy?
But it doesn't make any sense.
No.
A bit of
Definitely
deja
does.
vu.
Oh, wow. You finally realized that it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make.
Wow. I
I
pat Theron on the shoulder. Good job, bud.
Are we dead?
No.
I
go and take Theron.
I'm visibly confused.
It's
Yeah,
good to
but
see you visibly confused.
maybe your books are back in there, mate. Maybe you should go in and check.
Does it look like the floor with the library is still intact?
It's possible.
Actually, give me a group perception check here.
Oh, now I roll 8.
Nice.
Okay. So as you guys start to take a look at this house deeper, while it's been very clearly burned to the ground in the last couple of days, it seems as if it is almost growing back, as if it was a living being.
Oh, boy.
I would like to sit cross-legged for a couple minutes and do a detect magic.
Well, while he's doing that, do I see with a 20? Do I see potentially the secret stairway leading to the basement?
You so there's with the spire or the support where it looks like there was a stairway, you absolutely see that there was everything, or absolutely was stairs there at that point.
I look to the left and right of the party. Do you mates happen to think that Irina knows anything about this mansion of the Durst or the Durst family? There's any link to the
Be
two?
worth asking.
I think we shall.
Bapef wants to take an acorn out of his pocket and bury it right by the footing of the house and pour a little water on it.
What is the intention here?
To see what happens if it sprouts, or if it does sprout, if it's withered or messed up in any way.
All right, cool. Do you expect this acorn to grow overnight?
No, but, you know.
Okay.
At the rate of the mansion. At the rate of the
No,
mansion.
the regenerative powers of the
Yeah.
mansion seep into the ground. It could grow the tree faster.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll know by the time we come back to the house.
Let me just take a note of this. Let's see if there'll be some callback
You walk
action.
by 3 days later, it's still a fucking acorn.
Or if we walk by an hour later and it sprouts, you know? Who knows?
Perfect. So what do you guys want to do?
I think we're waiting for Albert to do it.
Oh yeah, Albert, you absolutely detect magic from this fucking place. It sends a shiver down your spine how evil it feels.
What class of magic?
I
Evil
Evil.
magic.
Well, we will have to ask questions about this when we return. Shall we head to the church?
All right. Save our torches.
Perfect. So we're heading up to the church now.
Yep.
Anything we want to look on along the way? Anything that we want to be on the lookout for?
Mark houses with smoke again.
And the lady with the cart, yeah.
Peering down alleyways looking for anyone suspicious. Anyone who maybe looks like a wolf.
Yeah, you just see your typical dour Barovians, as you've seen them before. Again, some of them look as if they've got a little spot of brightness in the world, but for the most part, they all just continue to shuffle along and go about their tasks.
You lads maybe want to ask why these few here look so peppy. Maybe they ate some of those pastries.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
And you were in a dungeon. Nice question.
And we're gonna- That's a no.
Perfect. So as you all start to walk up to the church and pass through the graveyard, atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that support Castle Ravenloft, stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. The church obviously weathered the assaults of the evil creatures on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back, flickering light shines through the holes in the shingled roof. As you guys walk up, the mist seems to part ever so softly, and out from behind it you see a towering castle that's just gray and dour.
What did you say this statue here was of?
There's no statue, it's just pillars of stone and wood. The statue here,
He was talking about the building features. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
this is just a broken pillar.
Oh,
Okay.
some fine architecture, boys.
Do we notice any open?
You are at the back of the church.
Okay. Do any of these headstones have open pits?
I was going to do the exact same thing. Look for fresh graves.
Cool. As you look around and see the graveyard, you notice that there's not a lot of fresh graves. It really seems as if they have given up on burying people to an extent.
If I may, I would like to walk past each of these headstones and read every name, or just read them.
All right, DM. Get your name generator out.
Yeah, go.
You don't have to you don't have to give me specific names, but is there like some names that seem out of the ordinary for me?
DMs hate him.
Yeah, no, you see some scratches, some that are very well worn that look like they've been here for a while, and you can't really make out the names, but nothing really stands out. It is just a multitude of different people who have died and their names and when they have passed.
Okay.
So we're at the back. Is there any signs of people inside?
There
So
was light coming out the windows.
yeah, there's bits of light coming from the windows out into the yard through the mist.
Theron,
we
would
go
you
around.
like to make introductions for us, perhaps around front?
Yeah. I say we just walk in the front door.
As we do, I'd like to like scan the area too, all the corners everywhere, just kind of making sure there's nothing funky happening around the perimeter.
Are the doors open and closed, or closed as I walk up?
The doors are closed. But, like there's a portly man sitting out on the front steps here as you guys make your way around here.
I make a note of the closed doors.
I mean, there's only one door.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Hi. How can I
Hi.
help you today?
Well, we just come to enter the church, but it is I find it quite interesting that the doors are closed. It is typical for church doors to be open during the day. Is there a reason for that?
I mean, the doors are closed. No one comes to pray anymore.
Ah, I see. And who might you be?
I'm Father Donovich.
Father. Oh, forgive me. Hi. We are new to the area, and well, we seek guidance. We have some quests of our own, and I just wish to come seek guidance and perhaps pray to my God.
What guidance can the Church of the Morning Lord help with you in such dour times as these?
Well, I'm not sure if you know, but the Burgomeister has recently passed.
I did not know that.
Yes, it is.
People don't bury people here very often, but that sounds very much like Arena.
Ah, well, at least you're familiar with the family. Yes, Irina would like to come ferry her father tomorrow morning, and ask for help.
Absolutely. Yeah, just bring her on over, man.
It's a very cool father. Father, can myself and my party perhaps enter the church? Is that okay?
If you would like, it's not in quite the standard you might be used to.
I see. And this is going to be a silly question. Has Strahd or any of his vampires ever entered the church before?
I mean, not them specifically, but his minions have ravished. Can you not see the building behind you?
I wasn't sure what was that was all about.
What do you mean? Do you not see the tower or the burn marks and shit everywhere?
Father, watch yourself.
Excuse me.
So I would. So it's good to hear that there might be potentially at least one holy place in this entire land. I look back to my party.
Give me a perception check.
Passive perception?
Not this time around, buddy.
Perceiving over his shoulder.
Nothing with that 7?
No.
Okay. I look back at my party. Shall we go inside?
Let me ask a few more questions. I'm a bit
Yeah,
suspicious of the ways
ahead.
of this morning lord. Hello, Sir Donovich. Who is the morning lord? Would you say that you all pray to here?
you don't know who the Morning Lord is.
This is canon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is absolutely canon.
Just Google it.
Do I remember?
Give me a religion check, Mr. Bazzlo.
Okay.
22.
Nice.
Jesus.
Feeling quite religious today.
Yeah. so Lathander is the god of the sun and the light and the bane of the
Lathander.
undead.
He's
I know Lathander.
Yeah, there you go.
He's a
Cool.
good guy.
Yeah, good guy. So we can assume this is a good church.
Oh, mate, nothing around here's been good. I'm a little speculative as to what might the state of it be in there, considering he's sitting outside the church.
I mean, people have pretty much forsaken gods here, if you haven't noticed.
The church,
Go ahead, sorry.
the church and all is supposed to protect you when you come in. Would you say I'd be pretty safe to enter your church here? Or?
You're more than welcome to pray at the altar.
Anyone else in there praying at this time? By any
I will be
chance?
praying. But do I notice any bite marks on the father?
You do not with your passive perception. You do notice that his breeches have very clear marks at the knees, and he's a little shaky.
Okay. Well, Father, if you would lead the way.
Why show us
I
where
appreciate
this god's pyre is, or whatever you call it.
So you guys are going into the house.
We'd like to follow him if you'll show us.
Yeah. As we're going in, I want to take a look to my left at this tree here and see if it's similar to the ones we saw when we walked in.
Give me, I mean, as you take a look over that tree, you do notice that it's essentially just was caught on fire at one point or another. It does look similar to the trees that you walked through in the woods, but other than that, it's not a remarkable tree.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. So as you walk into the chapel, everything is just in shatter or tatters. There's paw prints all over the floor and in the dust. The pews are just broken. Dozens of candles are mounted in candlestick candelabras, and they're quite dusty. At the far end of the church sits a claw-scarred altar behind which it very clear looks like Donovich has been kneeling.
Okay. Well, first things first, who is coming into the church?
Maybe
Albert,
we have a
Muurujin?
party watch over our backs. Maybe some.
No, well, I just want to know if either Albert, Muurujin, or Els come into the church.
Are you trying
Nope.
to booby trap me?
Yeah, I just want to know if they're going to come into the church.
Do a perception check to see if you can figure out whether I'm coming in the church or not.
It
Where's
doesn't
the
look
DM
like
at?
you are. What about you, Muurujin?
I'm just gonna stand out here with
Okay.
Elzeiros, and I'm
All
just
the
gonna
other
have
sad boys.
Silver do flight patterns around us and alert if he hears anything coming.
What about Moo? Is he coming in the church? Danny?
You running the game, Geo?
No, well, it's important for me to know who goes inside the church or not.
Sorry, I heard my name. I was on a quick work call. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's okay. Are you coming into the church with us?
Yes, I'll go into the church with
Okay.
you.
Okay. Okay. I walk up to the father and I'll be like, Father, how have you managed to stay alive and safe all these years?
I mean, safe. Not a lot of people come to the church much anymore.
Well, except for whoever pillaged this church.
Which has been plenty of times over. People have stopped repairing and coming.
Okay. If you don't mind, I would like to pray to my god.
By all means.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the altar, get on 2 knees. Oh, El Mater, grant us the strength to endure the trials of Barovia. Guide our steps with your light and protect us from the darkness that seeks to consume us. Tomorrow, as we lay Coiling to rest, may your grace bring peace over his soul and courage to our hearts.
Cool.
I'm holding my prayer
Get
before they say that.
point of inspiration.
Cool. Does anything else happen though? Do I feel any sort of energy from my god at all?
No.
No. Okay.
It's worth a try, Theron.
Well, yeah. Well, not knowing that it's not isn't useful too. Father, is there anything you could tell us that might help us in our journeys throughout Barovia?
Avoid the devil's Strahd as much as you possibly can.
I fear that might not be possible, as we've already had a brief encounter with him.
Many of you come, but none of you leave, and you don't last very long.
Is there anything you can tell us that might help us?
Don't invite him in.
Okay.
Bapef would like to take a look at the prints around the floor and see if they match the same type of prints that we saw at the other house.
They look like wolf prints. Some look similar. Some are larger than the other, but similar prints.
And upon recognizing that, I'd like to ask Donovich, these are his minions, I'm presuming?
Yes, he wishes and goes wherever he wants.
I see.
Father, if you don't mind me asking, what other than this great hall, or I should just say hall, what else is in this building?
It's just what you see. There's a couple of rooms, my bedroom and the study, and then that's really it.
Do you
check under the altar?
May I see the study, please?
Do not use meta information. I will smite you right fucking now.
I am not using meta information 100%. I want to go read some books.
What I meant to say was think of English history.
Oh my god. No, I just want to go read some books that might be in the study.
I mean, if you would like, there's literally nothing there.
Doesn't sound like much of a study to me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
What are you studying in there? Thought of it.
Father, can you point me in the which one of these rooms is the study?
Let me unfucking do some shit here.
While that's going on, you just see me look at the front door of the church and then look at Elzeiros and ask him, what the fuck did we get ourselves into? Why is it you and I seem the only ones to be concerned with anything that's going on?
Well, our priest has other obligations.
Fair, but I don't know. It just they seem their lack of concern is concerning.
Well, maybe they've never met a vampire before.
I've
As they're saying.
truly never met a vampire.
Yeah, but you're smart enough to know how dangerous they are.
But I have read about them, yes. I didn't know that inviting them into their house thing, you think that would have been something I read on.
Maybe everything isn't in books?
Oh, no. Certainly everything should be in books, but some people are, no longer alive to document what happened.
Hey, Theron, this dormant room reminds me of my dormitory back at the Bard College before I got kicked out. Looks like shit.
Anything? Anything,
guys good?
gents?
I want to take a look at the books in the study. Anything that...
Yeah, there's just an old desk and a chair standing against the south wall. There's the sunburst of Lathander in the room. A 10-foot-long iron rod attached to the north wall stands bare. There's a tapestry that probably once hung here, if you can tell by the brown outline. Against the far wall stands a wooden cabinet with 4 tall doors, and there's really just that's it.
Okay.
You gonna look in any of the cabinets or anything, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to check out whatever this room is over here. I don't know if this is a sleeping area or... Donovich can...
As you start to... Those are my living quarters. What do you need to do in there?
I don't know, I'm just not trusting really anything about this place, if you can understand, and I'm about to fight the guy that you say is probably the most dangerous person in Barovia, so...
Why would you try to fight Strahd?
Well, that sounds like...
Just walk into someone's room. What? I said you could use the study, but that is my bedroom. I don't think you need to go in there.
Okay, fine. Alright. Just wanted to see what type of bed you were rocking.
It's a straw mat.
That's quite unfortunate. Any chance you could show me around this place? Any other interesting things about it? I know they have a study, but
Donovich looks at you and kind of just is like, "What, man?" Like, what you see is what you get. It's a burnt out church with broken pews, and he looks like he's just shaky.
Could he perhaps persuade him to?
I mean, he could try to persuade him, I guess, but it's just his room.
Mr. Donovich, you appear to be a little shaky. What seems to be the matter? You feeling okay?
I've been praying for this to end night after night, and it just never does.
Well, any chance you'd fancy a glass of wine? Maybe my friend Bapef has a stash if you fancy a taste.
If I wanted wine, I would just go to the tavern. It's one of the only things here that's pretty constant.
Well, all right. Well, all the same, if you'd like some, just let me know. Seem like kind of sad.
Have you not seen the state of my living condition?
Yeah, it definitely needs a bit of tidying. But sorry.
Albert opens the door and yells in, "What in the world are you guys doing?"
Give us a moment.
Bapef says to Albert, "There's a study in here. Books, maybe."
Oh, they got books in here.
Oh, bring me a book out then.
Why don't you come in here and get it?
I don't like churches that aren't of my god.
Well,
Yeah.
we
Sounds
will
like we're too
return
much of a
here.
wuss.
I mean, we're all uncomfortable. You can be uncomfortable.
Bapef's going to, after having our talk with Donovich and basically knowing that, hey, we're good to go on the burial processes, is just going to kind of, after making his observations in there, walk outside.
As you guys turn to leave, Donovich follows you all. It's like, in the tradition of the church, can we bury him in the morning at dawn?
Yeah. I believe Don works. That works with the rest of the boys.
Thank you. I will go back to my prayers. As you guys leave, you see Donovich go back to the altar and continue to pray.
Gentlemen, I would like to take a look at my planted seed on the way over to the tavern to grab her brother. Perhaps could we arrange that?
Aye.
Sure.
Cool. So we want to make a stop back at the planted acorn that's not going to have grown at all.
Cool.
Just as a heads up.
Yep. Just wanted to check.
Cool. Are we heading back to the vine, the Blood on the Vine Tavern?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So as you guys return, not much has changed in the case. Some of the commoners have left the area. There's still a couple of individuals in here, and the barkeep.
What time is it?
We'll say it's around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Okay. Gentlemen, I guess I fear for the sun setting. From all that we have learned, perhaps we should grab Ismark and head back to the manor.
I'll start to walk in the tavern, start to walk towards Ishmark, and I say, "Hey, Ishmark, your adopted sister wants to see you at the house."
Irina? Okay, she's still just my sister. I don't know why you phrased it in that way, but
Just because you told me that it's just your sister, which yes. But I asked you a specific question, and the way you choose your words is important. So when I said, "Is it your adopted sister?" and you said, "No, it's my sister," you were implying that she was not adopted, which is a false statement and a lie, my friend.
Did you ever think that you're just a pedant and think way too much into small language?
No, I think it's important to portray what you mean. Speak accurately.
Well, I can't help you. It's been a stressful time here, if you haven't noticed.
It's okay, buddy. Would you like to see a magic trick?
Not particularly. You weren't even
brush his
born
shoulders
with
off with
magical powers.
prestidigitation.
Oh, cool. You knocked the dirt off my shoulders.
Bapef's
If only
going
you
to
were born
walk.
with innate magical abilities.
Bapef's going to walk past Albert and offer him some fresh water. I believe the water here is contaminated. However, I have some fresh water that I can guarantee you is safe if you would like to take a drink to hopefully calm your nerves. Your sister would really appreciate it if you could come as we prepare your father's body.
Absolutely. He takes the water skin and does a hearty gulp and hands you back. He stands up and is like, well, it is time to get home.
I would like to approach this table of 3 women and say, "Hello, lasses. Where do you come? Where are you from?"
They look up at you and just kind of ask or look at you and with why eyes, and they go back to continuing to drink their water. One of them looks up at, or their wine, excuse me. One of them looks up at you and goes, "From Barovia."
Barovia. Well, you
Try to seduce them.
well, certainly no surprise there. Do I notice anything? I know that earlier we'd seen that they were dressed like the guy that had shown up originally. Do I notice anything else about them other than the wine drinking and chilling?
No, nothing at all. They just have different clothes than everybody else.
Well, Bazzlo just gets too nervous to talk because he's bad at this, and
Dude, try to seduce them.
A bard who's
Come on, man.
a bard who gets
Flirt with
rejected.
them a little bit.
Now we know why he's no longer in Bard College.
yeah, no shit.
Got kicked out, bro.
Perfect. So we're grabbing him and going back to the
Manor.
Is there anything else? Yeah, anything else you guys want to do?
I want to make sure we walk by the burned down house to see if it's changed in the few hours that we've
That's
been
a fair
walking.
activity.
Cool. So as you guys make your way back to the manor, in this case, we're just going to do some theater of the mind. You stop by the burnt out house, and Ishmark comments that it caught fire just a night ago, and that it was the Durst's house. Yeah, the house looks about in the same condition as it was when you guys walked past before.
Did the Dursts perish with it?
No, the Durst have been long gone. They used to be in a cult and worship Strahd.
Before we leave, I would like to fill up one of my vials with well water from the town.
Okay. And you fill up one of your vials with well water.
I promise there's a reason for all this.
I ask Ish as we're rolling through, are there any other shops here besides the dickhead?
Oh, Beldrath, he laughs heartily. It seems like you're really getting to know the locals. No, there's no shops in this city.
Very well.
As you guys walk back to the mansion, you see that Ishmark has lightened up quite a bit. Whether it's the wine or he just starting to realize that you are trying to help. Perfect. So we get back to the Burgomaster's mansion. Go ahead and say that it's becoming nighttime. With that, is there anything that you guys want to do, or before we head into the night here?
Go ahead.
Bapef would just like to check on the doors and windows to make sure there's no weak spots or anything that's clearly falling apart.
Cool.
I'm 100% doing good enough.
Oh, and while they're doing that, I would like to ask my party if anyone could spare some copper pieces for me, please.
Only got gold.
You can break.
We can break them.
Yeah, we're
much
only
is-
using gold and copper in this world.
How much is copper? Oh, I see it right here. Wait,
Just a few,
I don't know how
if
to
you
break.
don't mind, Bazzlo.
Is it 100 to 100, or is it 10 to 10?
No, it's 10.
But 10 pieces of copper is 1 gold.
No, sorry. 10
100.
gold, 10 silver, 10 copper. So, yeah, 100 to 1.
100 copper. Okay.
Penny to the dollar.
I hand Theron 100 copper.
Oh wow, cool. That
Well,
is
I mean-
more than enough. I look at him and hug him. I'm like, you are quite generous.
Well, I'm not very good with numbers or money, so probably better you have it than I do.
Oh, thank you, I appreciate it.
Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and take a break right there. All right, so we are back in the manor. The sun is starting to go down. It doesn't seem like anybody's too concerned here. What do you guys want to do?
Mike, do the 1, 2, 3.
Ah, man. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
What's that? What?
To line up
It's
the
for-
audio.
Yeah.
Albert would like to inquire on where he's sleeping for the night.
Ishmark and Arena look over at you, and they say, I mean, take your pick. There's beds and chairs and things if you would like to sleep.
I think for now I will just go over here in this corner and what is that, like a study? Maybe
Cool.
I'm not allowed in there. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here in this corner.
You are allowed anywhere within it. They don't really seem to mind.
And I'm assuming these are bookshelves around me.
Yes, there are bookshelves.
I'm reading for the rest of the night, whatever's interesting.
I will be taking a nap by the body in the chair, and I'm going to polish my flute.
Cool. Are we going to keep the normal watch schedule?
What is our watch schedule?
It
It's
is
pinned.
posted in the channel,
And I
and it
asked
is pinned.
because
Zack already changed it. if that is what you were
I
asking.
changed it to be more efficient, so the 2 6-hour guys line up in the middle.
Okay. Oh, that works perfect. So what I want to do while this is going on, Mike, is change out my spells.
Cool.
I will be in this room, and I pull out The Heart of Midnight, which is the book I had looted from the manor, and I start reading it for the rest of the night as well.
So those books, all except for the 3 black ones worth 25 gold pieces, melted into dust.
Oh,
Just
I see.
a heads up, yeah. And the 3 black books themselves don't have any like pages or anything to them. The spell book and just the 25 gold pieces ones are what you guys have.
Okay, well then I reach into my pack expecting a book and grab a handful of dust, and then I empty my pack upside down as it litters the floor with sand. And I sit there with my arms crossed with a giant frown on my face.
Muurujin is just no.
And I would like to walk the interior of the home with Elzeiros and check for security of all the windows and everything.
Cool. As you guys, pace the corners and the walls and the windows, you notice that everything is pretty much locked up tight. They've had some time and they've been doing this for a while. There's broken furniture that have been used to scale the walls or to board the walls and the windows. And Ishmark goes ahead and places the large piece of wood in behind the door to really lock it sealed. Awesome. So, I take it we're gonna rest, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna try to.
All right. So, Bapef, Elzeiros, so Theron and Elzeiros, we're halfway through this. It's about midnight, and this is only Theron and Elzeiros who are awake. Taking watch, peeking through the windows. So it's a full moon in Barovia, and you can see the moon picking through the clouds. As you look out along the village and the church, as the night air turns frigid and still, a sinister phenomenon unfolds in the cursed land of Barovia. In the dead of night, when the boundaries between the worlds blur and the veil of reality thins, the ethereal forms of the departed awaken. So as you stare at the church, you start to see wisps of green light rise and take form. An eerie green light suffuses the graveyard. From this light emerges a ghostly presence, wavering images of women toting great swords, men with slender bows, dwarves with glittering axes, and archaically dressed mages with beards and strange pointed hats. All of these and much more march forth from the graveyard, their numbers growing by the second. A macabre symphony of rattling bones and ghastly moans fill the air as relentless march begins. The spectral presence finds its way through the desolate streets and mist-laden forest, an endless parade of lost souls eternally trapped in their restless existence. Each step they take echoes with the weight of sorrow and despair, resonating through the very fabric of the land. The dead, drowned by unseen forces, move with purpose known only to the darkness that engulfs them. They pass through walls, traverse through impossible terrain, and defy the laws of the mortal world. Their hollow eyes fixate on the living, the gaze filled with hunger that cannot be ever be sated. No mortal can escape the chilling grip of the March of the Dead. They are reminded of their inescapable fate that awaits all of who inhabit this cursed realm. To witness this haunting spectacle is to glimpse into the abyss, to confront the harrowing reality of mortality and the fragility of life. You guys watch as these individuals, these ghosts, march towards the castle.
Okay. At this very moment, I want to look at the body. Did anything of the sort happen?
No, not at all.
Okay.
This all emanated from the church in the graveyard up above you.
Okay.
You see as they wander about. Are you going to just wake your friends? Or are you going to just watch? And what are your guys' reactions as you watch
Well-
this?
Obviously, I'm frightened, but there are some things I would like to do. If
Cool.
you will allow me.
Elzeiros, what do you want to do?
I'm going to keep quiet and watch. We've already secured this place and no one's broken in yet.
Cool. All right, Theron, go ahead and tell me what you want to do.
Okay, I would like to take one of the copper pieces that my friend Bazzlo gave me, and I'm gonna put it in the center of
No one is going to wake anybody else up to see this fucking march.
Oh, just wanted to double check the rest schedule. Is that the old one or the new one that's pinned?
It is the new one.
Okay. Theron is still asleep.
No, it's Theron and Elzeiros. We've made it to the fifth and sixth hour.
Oh, it didn't update for me. Oh, 5th and 6th hour. Cool.
Yep.
At this time, I'm not going to wake up my party, but I do want to do that after I do this one thing I really want to do.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm going to take out that copper piece. I'm going to place it in the center of the Burgermeister's eyes, and I'm going to cast Gentle Repose on it. And I'll read that for you. You touch a corpse or other remains. For the duration, the target is protected from decay and can't become undead. The spell also effectively extends the time limit on raising the target from the dead, since days spent under the influence of this spell doesn't count against the time limit of spells such as Rise Dead.
Okay.
And the duration of this spell is 10 days.
Okay. He's beyond full resurrection, just as a heads up.
Okay. Now we could wake up our friends if Els agrees. Els, shall we wake the others?
No,
Easy.
yet.
Us.
What did you say?
I said, really, there's no danger yet. I mean, we
I
can wait. You know what? I'm going to wake up Albert because this is the kind of thing he'll love.
yeah, you go ahead and do that. I've got one more thing I would like to do.
All right, I'm going to wake up Albert.
Oh, what?
Hey, just go look outside.
I get up. I go over to this window, I guess. And what do I see?
I mean, you see these skeletal and ethereal beings just rising up with a green light, and they all start to march down the road up towards the castle. And we're
Have I
talking
read
hundreds.
About anything like this?
Absolutely not.
They just appear to be ghosts, as far as I can tell.
Yep, ghosts dressed similar to all of you.
Quite peculiar. You know, they did say that he likes to toy with his prey. Let's see what happens.
Okay, while they're watching, Mike, I want to take out my vials of wine and a well water. I want to place, we'll say the well water, where's my ping? Here, and I'll place the wine here. And I want to cast Detect Poison and Disease. So for the duration, you can sense the presence of and a location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of me. You can also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Cool. You notice disease in the vial of water.
Just that it's a disease? I don't notice what kind or have any insights as to what kind of disease?
No, you have no insight to what kind of disease, but you do understand that it is probably what is making people sick.
Okay.
And the wine is completely fine.
Okay. Awesome.
As the stuff's slowly coming towards us, Rich will cast Detect Magic.
They're not necessarily coming towards you. I will say they're walking down from the church through the town, down the road that you guys came in on.
Okay.
Yeah. You detect some type of magic that is pretty strong, but you can't determine what type it is.
Can I go upstairs to get a better look at a higher vantage point?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to use theater of the mind, but you go upstairs and
Yes.
you look out one of the window.
Yep, I'm upstairs. Do I see anything more clearly now? Is there
Just
anything in front of them, or seems to be
you-
guiding them?
it seems like they're being pulled towards the castle. You look at them and they just all seem to carry their weapons, if they have any, or staff. They're covered in armor, in what seem to be adventuring clothes.
I'd like to sit down, close my eyes, and shoot Silver out to fly above the marching army.
Cool. As you shoot out Silver, she flies up above and then drops back down closer to the earth and flies directly through them. As she follows them, she notices them walking across a bridge that leads up to the castle. As they hit the gates, the outer gate of the castle wall, they fall into dust and disappear.
Very well. And there's, I'm assuming, still a line coming of them.
Yep. Just a long march of different races and all shapes and sizes.
Silver's just gonna fly to the front of the line, to the back of the line for, I don't know, 10 minutes. See if anything happens.
No, they just all slowly trudge and walk across that bridge and seem to disappear as soon as they hit the gates.
All right. I bring Silver back and snap back into my own vision, and I'm assuming they're almost all gone, or they're still going.
Yeah, as the night starts to wane on, we get past midnight, or the hour of the wolf. Around 1:30, they all start to shimmer and fade away, and the green light subsists. The graveyard itself becomes eerie and hollow as it was before when you were all there.
I walk back downstairs and tell the guys, I think we're good to go to bed. Or whenever your watch is up, just wake me up. It seems that they're gone for now. They all walked over to that castle and then disappeared at the gate.
Perfect. Anybody else want to do anything with the night?
Just gonna change some spells. That's it.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and change your spells and get a full rest. All right, cool. Are we good for the night then? Nobody else has any things to do or spells to change out?
Nope. Good.
All right,
My
perfect.
portion of my watch is just going to be spent staring into my crystal ball, trying to meditate.
Cool. Awesome. So it is now morning time, just before dawn, as you know, Doru asked you guys to honor the traditions of the morning lord here. So you know, Irina and Ishmark are both awake in this case, and are ready to roll if you so choose.
I'm going to say what we are all thinking. We must be prepared for the worst.
Did Bapef witness the guys charging in his hours of watch?
I don't think anybody. Let me see. Boop,
No, I
boop,
don't
boop,
think we
boop.
woke you up.
Yeah, nobody woke you up. Sorry, babe.
But on that note, I am gonna walk up to Albert and Els. What do you guys make of that spectacle last night?
It
Well,
was certainly a spectacle.
hopefully we don't have to fight all of them to get to Strahd.
Bapef chimes up, not knowing anything about what they're talking about, and is like, spectacle? What spectacle?
Alright, what's going on?
It appears that the dead buried out down the church had risen in spirit form and marched onto the castle.
And
Wait a minute.
what happened to them?
Ishmark, overhearing your conversation, walks over to you and begins to just listen in ever so slightly.
Ishmark, are you aware of this? Have you seen this before?
It happens every night.
It happens every night. Okay.
The dead, what we can only assume is the adventurers that have come to this land, rise every night and march on the castle.
And they're all buried at the church.
No, not all of them.
Okay.
It just seems to be where they rise from.
Hold on, and you still want to bury your dad in that church?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's what Irina wishes. So
Irina.
Hey, Cleric, maybe you can talk some sense into her.
Yeah, Irina. Well, it appears that the church might be cursed. Are you sure you want to bury your father in a cursed land?
if you noticed those who risen from the dead, then you would tell that none of them look to be native Barovians.
Okay.
I have a hypothesis, boys, I believe.
It's what my father would have wanted.
Wait, when's the last time a native Barovian died, and where are they buried?
Well, some of them get buried in the graveyard here. We are not the only town in Barovia, believe it or not. Some are
When's
left to
the last
rot.
time someone here died?
I think not two weeks or a couple days ago. My father.
Okay, beyond him.
Most die and rot away in their house. Some don't bury them. Most people shun the church.
You're telling me that the church we just visited is being ravished daily by this man's minions. Meanwhile, everyone in Barovia awakes from their slumber and death and marches on him. It sounds like a war.
The church is not ravished nightly. It just every time they try to rebuild, Strahd's minions come back. The dead rise in ghastly form, but nothing more. They don't hurt anyone.
I believe it's an illusion, fellows. I believe he's just playing tricks.
Has anyone tried going out in the middle of the dead parade?
Yes, they pass through you.
Have you, Arena, have you ever visited that castle up there that they were marching toward?
All of my encounters with Strahd are very hazy anytime he's around. I don't believe I've ever been in the castle. I think if I was, I would still be there.
Right. How about
Wonder
you?
what he wants with you.
How about you, Ishmark? Have you ever been to the castle gates?
I've never once stepped anywhere near that castle if I can.
Before we go bury your father, is there anyone that either of you know that may have ventured up there?
Everybody who has risen up against Strahd has died or has been swatted down. There's been plenty of uprisings over the years.
Okay. Alright, well, if you still persist and you would like to bury your father there, I guess if the party agrees, we might as well do that.
Perfect. Well, then let us go before the dawn breaks.
Bapef walks over and presumes to grab one of the edges of the casket.
Eat.
Perfect. And we're just gonna do some theater of the mind as you guys walk over there. So you how does this procession go as you guys march with this dead body to the church?
Definitely looking around over our shoulders, seeing if anyone's watching us or noticing us.
I want to be towards the back with Irina.
Cool.
Silver's just flying above us the whole way as an alert.
Awesome. And don't pay attention to the screen. Just continue on.
Okay.
Bapef would like to observe and see if any of the townsfolk are paying attention to this, or if they care.
Yeah, so some people stand out and watch as you guys carry this coffin lightly filled with flowers. Some of them take off their hat and begin to follow you all up to the cemetery. Most just stand and stare with a blank glare, though.
Cool.
Anybody else?
That's it for the procession for me.
Perfect.
That's real important.
Oh yeah, you do need to roll. Please roll 2 new and tell me what they are so I can take note.
6 and 15.
All right. 6 and 15.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So as you guys make your way up to the funeral here, you notice that Donovich has somehow donned a new clothes. It seems like purpose has kind of renewed him for a time. There's a freshly dug grave, and that there's flowers set out for him. Yeah.
There's 2 ish marks.
Okay. That was supposed to be arena. Cool.
And my map just refuses to update.
Let me just go ahead and refresh. What about now?
No, I did. I have to refresh it every time, but I have to catch on that we're changing scenes every time.
Gotcha. So as you guys bring forth the body and lay it in the freshly dug grave here, Donovich seems to look over and just starts to mutter some small words as he's in a regally dressed, but doesn't really come out coherently in that case.
Hope you got some rest last night, Father.
Enough rest, absolutely. I dug quite a bit and had to gather the flowers, he says, kind of stuttering.
We appreciate that. Are the flowers alive?
Yeah, the flowers are actually gorgeous, right? Wherever he got them from, they're picked. They all seem really dour colors, though, dark reds and dark purples. It really hits you how beautiful they are in that case, in such a gray and dull world.
Thank you for digging this hole, Father. You've done a great job.
Absolutely. He says in his raspy voice, would anyone like to say a few words?
I would like to say a few words.
By all means.
Today, we honor the memory of Kolan, who was taken by the darkness that shrouds Barovia. In this land of shadows of despair, may his soul find peace and solace in the arms of Elmater. Let his courage inspire us as we carry on his memory. And that's it.
Cool. As you guys lay him to rest, it seems to be that nobody's really shedding any tears here. It seems to be a pretty normal part of Barovian life to at least see people died, if not bury them.
I would like to ask Donovich, Sir Donovich, where did you get all these beautiful flowers from? Where did you pick them?
The woods are rife with them. They're not too far off. They show up in patches from time to time.
They're quite beautiful. That's all I have.
Perfect. Anybody else?
Bapef's just gonna stand there with his hands clasped and in respect and watch the ceremony.
Perfect. As the ceremony happens, some of the commoners start to drift off here in this case. Donovich makes his way back over to the church, and it's just you, Irina, and everybody else over there now.
Irina, why don't you say we get you back to your house?
I mean, I know this might be hard for you to believe, but this is pretty normal for us here. I'm really not that shaken.
But my concern is more of Strahd could be anywhere.
If he wanted to come, he would already be here, Theron.
Okay.
Ishmark approaches your guys' group and decides to strike up going off to Valauki. Gentlemen, I would really appreciate it if we could maybe now take Irina to Valauki, if you wouldn't mind.
May I ask why we would be going? Why were we going there?
It's a walled city. It's much more safe than here. As you can tell, the minions and the wolves can come at Barovia at any time.
I have a strange feeling that protecting her might help us out.
Well, if she's this man's worst enemy, then the enemy of our enemy is our friend, is she not?
Precisely.
Irina looks up and it's like, I will go to Valauki with you, but first we must figure out what is happening with the well or the sickness that's spreading throughout the city. Fear if we don't do anything, there won't be much left here in Barovia, the village of Barovia.
Yes.
So, yeah. Do you have something on that? Because I've got something on that too.
Well, yeah. I think we both might have the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I examined the well water last night. I took a vial, and there is in fact disease in the well water. And I look over to my druid friends. Perhaps there is something you can do that might help.
Yes. I thought on this when I heard of the condition of the wells, and there might be something I can do.
And what is that?
Well, living in the wild for most of my life, I've figured out a way to purify water systems in a way. I don't know how effective it will be for an entire well, but it might give your people some respite.
I mean, the main well is up north of the city, just a small ways. We could start there.
Lead the way.
Perfect. As you guys start to walk away, you hear a dark scream come from the church that sounds somewhat muffled.
You lads hear that?
Well, what was that? Was it a male or a female scream?
You can't decipher. You just hear a dark, like low guttural sound.
Sounds like a child. I light a torch and run.
Oh my god.
But honestly, yeah, I'm looking over there and I'm like, we need to check that out. Somebody may be in need.
Wait, let's.
My character would jump in on that and maybe check.
Priest, finish your rites. We'll go deal with this.
Perfect. So Irina and Ishmark just kind of shrug their shoulders and say, we'll be waiting for you when you get back. Yeah.
Who's coming with me? Okay.
Is everybody going, or is it only a couple people?
You guys don't think perhaps this is to get us away from these two?
That's what I'm
Make them
saying.
more of an easy
Yeah.
target?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Perhaps,
saying. I think some people should stay back.
Yeah.
I'll stay
Albert
back.
says in character.
I'll stay with the stupid wizard.
Awesome. So we've got these three going in. So as you guys come into the church, you don't hear any screams just yet, but you do notice that Donovich isn't in the main floor that you guys can see.
Father?
Your voice just kind of rings out from the hallway, or in the hallway.
Oh dear.
Has anything changed from the last time that we were in here?
No, so you just see everything that is turned over. The knee marks where Donovich is living, or where Donovich is kneeling. What it seems to be an insane amount.
Lads, I best send a mage hand in there to maybe check it out before we risk our lives.
Mage Hand can't see.
It
correct?
can't see, but if
Yeah.
it disappears, would he know?
I mean, yeah, you would feel that if you would
He
disappear,
lost
but
concentration.
yeah.
I'm gonna send Silver to go fly above the three of them, just so he can come back and tell me if anything gets fucked.
Okay, I'll say that he can see them if they decide to go inside of the building. That he won't be able to see them though.
Yep.
I lean over to Theron. Lead the way.
All right,
Yes, but be prepared to run if anything should go wrong.
let me
Agreed.
test these doors.
Okay. I walk.
Oh yeah,
in
let
there.
Bazzlo test the doors.
Yeah, so I want
At
to
least
try
while he
Are
can
they
see it. At least while he can see
Are they
the
open
hand.
or closed?
The doors are open.
Okay.
Okay, so
Alright,
I'd like to send my mage hand in here.
Okay, you open the door and the mage hand disappears and you can't see. The
Alright,
door
well.
does open though.
Did it get dispelled or just he can't see it?
You can't see it. It's still there.
Might get in a tussle here, lads, but what do you think? Should we do it?
I'm always down to help someone in need.
All right.
Lead the
Perfect.
way.
So you guys go into there. Muurujin, Albert, and Elzeiros, what are you guys doing as these three fumble fuck around in the church?
So, crazy weather here in Barovia, huh?
Got it, Roger. All right, back to the three. All right, what do you guys want to do here?
I want to smell and listen.
Yeah.
Smell and listen. So this door is open. So you can look into here, and you see that it's just a dirty, lightless room that contains a wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress. Mounted above the bed's headboard is another holy symbol of Lithander. But as you guys are standing here and listening, you don't hear much. You don't see much either. Everything looks as it was.
All right, lads, should we check the living quarters?
Let me see if I got this spell prepared. Hold on. Nope. Proceed.
Okay. I would like to lay down my trap. I have a hunting trap, right? So I want to put it at the door's feet.
Okay, cool. I guess I deserve that as a DM for what I did to you.
And reach over it and just push the door open and step back.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you push the door open, you see Donovich's straw mat and a small wooden table with a lantern that's not burning, but nothing else. It just looks like a normal shanty room.
I'd like to disengage my trap and pick my trap back up.
Okay.
I lean over to
I moved.
Theron. Check the main room. Bazzlo, come with me. I'll check the last.
I'll lay a trap down. Lay another trap down into that door.
So, E Bapef, as you open this room, Time and neglect have punched holes into the ceiling of this moldy room, which contain a few broken roof shingles amid puddles of water in the corner set into the floor. Set into the floor is a heavy trapdoor held shut by a chain and a padlock. The padlock and chain are unhooked. You can start to hear screams as you get closer to it, and you hear, "Father, I'm hungry, please help!" And you hear other voices and low mumbled tones talking back to him.
I'm going to tell Bazzlo, contact Theron. Tell him to go outside. Gather the others. There's people down here.
Theron, we gotta get the others. There's a hatch.
Hey.
Screams.
Okay.
Perfect. You guys don't have to move your tokens. Let's say, hey, you guys ran over to the rest of the party. What do you guys want to do?
There. We found something. I don't know what, but it appears that there are people trapped in the church.
Child screaming for their father.
Or their father. Or father.
Father. Yeah. So I
Father.
chime up and they sounded like they had been down there a while, perhaps stowaways.
Stowaways or kidnappies?
They said they were hungry and they were shouting for father. The father, not their father.
I fear that
The father.
this father has misled us.
He might be a little loon or possibly a pervert, boys. We can't let this stand.
Ishmark, Irina, do you feel that this is in any way, shape, or form a possibility?
I mean, Donovich did have a son. I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks.
By the gods. He's always is.
What are we gonna do with you?
I mean, we're happy to join you. Or we could just go back to the manor, whichever.
Bapef stamps his foot down. The lock on the door was unclasped. That raises some concern for me, because they can get out if they wanted to, but maybe they are unaware.
Maybe they're chained up down there.
Perhaps.
Whoever went in is still in there.
It also explains why the father was so apprehensive of wanting us snooping around.
Bapef starts to
I say
walk
we go
towards
help.
the church.
How will we be able to benefit from this? And what are the risks?
You are doing a good thing.
Your
Potentially.
life is at risk for doing a good thing.
As we said before, perhaps there are others here that are still normal, that aren't lost just yet, and I believe we can do something about it. We can. Might as well.
Bapef continues walking towards the hatch.
Cool. Who's all gonna go down the hatch?
And perhaps we yell down the hatch, set up a trap.
I'll go down the hatch.
Cool.
Go down the hatch.
Everybody going down the hatch?
Looks like it, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see here.
Albert being carried by his will or against his will.
Perfect. For this, we'll just say Irina and Ishmark are safe and nothing is going to happen to them. They are in the room with you. Cool.
Pinky promise.
A pinky promise. So as you guys come down into the stairs down below, you see Doru kneeling next to another individual who's chained next to the wall. The church's undercroft has rough-hewn walls and a floor made of damp clay earth. Rotting wood pillars strained under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel above slips through the cracks as well that somewhat illuminate here. So you just see two dark figures in the corner, and then you hear again, "I'm hungry and I need food," and the figure up against the wall begins to struggle and writhe with pain.
Donovich, what is going on here?
It's my son. He was turned. Strahd returned him to torment me.
Wow. And you tied him up against its will.
It's that
There's only one thing.
wreaks havoc on the city. There's already enough pain.
I'm
There's
going to
only
walk
one
up and
thing to
stab the
do,
vampire in the
Father.
heart.
What did you say, Miles?
I'm going to walk up and stab the vampire in the heart.
Yeah, well,
Okay, how does this go down as you
Bullshit.
walk up and fucking shank this dude's son?
Not even saying a word, just walking right past him and stabbing him.
Elzeiros.
Finally, somebody with some goddamn sense.
Doru, his son, just goes limp and begins to turn to ashes. Donovich looks at you, mouth agape, and just falls to his knees and begins to sob uncontrollably.
Could have given him some warning at least, Elzeiros. That was his son.
Father, I am terribly sorry, but it was the only thing to have been done.
That is true. He's better off now.
Doru just sits there and weeps, saying, my son, what have you done?"
Trust me, he was suffering. That's the only way to deal with a vampire.
G is just shaken completely, and now is just gone completely, numb and limp with pain.
Bapef, witnessing this, still in a little bit of shock of Elzeiros' quick action, walks up to Donovich and says, Is this where we are? Is this what you people are doomed to? Puts my hand on his shoulder and is like, I will do everything I can to end this.
Donovich just, even with your reassuring grips, is now just despondent, laying on the ground next to his son's body, or ashes in this case.
You guys might want to give him a minute.
Yeah, perhaps we can carry him to his quarters.
I don't know about that. Give him a
I
minute.
think you should leave him here.
Yeah.
Leave him
And put
on the
lock
ground,
on the
just
door
walk
as
in,
we
kill
go
himself,
out.
and leave him to be.
I'll go
Put the
outside.
lock on the door as we go out.
Father, if you may, allow me to help you upstairs.
Donovich just lays there crying at the foot of his son's ashes. He refuses to move.
I slowly walk over just behind Donovich as he cries and just drop him a couple copper, bow my head, and walk away.
All right.
Did I
not
notice
expect-
anything about Elzeiros that triggered this? Where his
Yeah,
was it projected that this was gonna happen, or did
Give
it just
me a
come out of nowhere?
perception
Yeah.
check. Give me a perception
Also-
check.
also, he was a little quick on that.
I have questions for Elzeiros too once we're back into
All right. I'll say this. You noticed that he was a little too good at murking out that vampire spawn. He moved with swiftness and with a cold, trained hand.
Understood.
Bapef takes note of that. And
You didn't get that. You didn't get that info. I got that info.
You? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to reach out to Donovich, put my hand on his shoulder once more, and say, I believe there is a lot more work to be done here. If there's anything you can offer to assist us, I would hate for this to happen again for any of your people.
He is not going to respond to you.
He's just, yep.
Yep.
Oh man, we didn't fuck ourselves.
Also, walking out, I want to see if there's anything else in this abysmal dungeon.
Yeah. No, you look around, and honestly, the church is worse in some places than others. This is just essentially a pit. You can see small blood stains and dead rats where he'd been feeding Doru different animals that he could find to hopefully satiate this thing's hunger. But again, it smells dank and musty, and you see rotted bones from tiny critters that Donovich could trap at night.
Theron, say a prayer for him. We need to leave him to his peace. And I walk.
Perfect. All right. Anybody else down here?
I'm ready to leave.
Who's just watching?
All right, cool. So you're back up above. We're gonna go ahead and say Ishmark and Arena. They heard the screams and things below, but don't really know exactly what happened.
Well, off to the well.
What happened down there? We just heard a commotion.
Elzeiros to tell you.
The father had a dirty secret. It appears that his son was a vampire.
And he may have been.
You can't do that. This is demonetized. We gotta bleep every single one of those.
I'm sorry.
You can't allude to that.
I mean, he can allude to it as long as he doesn't say he's gonna like kill someone or unalive. I don't know.
Yeah, so that, Davis, that has to be bleeped out.
Let's go take two.
Oh, I love it. All right, cool.
Censorship.
All right, back to the task at hand here. Irina and Ishmark just look stunned as they see you guys come up in kind of a complete state of shock at what just transpired.
Elzeiros, would you like to explain to Ishmark and Arena what just transpired?
Yeah. We could have talked to it.
You don't talk to them. You kill them.
Seems like.
But they could provide us with useful information. Elzeiros.
They do not tell the truth. They are not themselves. They are vampires. You kill them.
Fair enough.
Bapef wants to do a perception check on Elzeiros' truthfulness or seriousness when he says this.
I feel like insight.
Yep, insight.
Let me know what it is.
16.
As far as you can tell, it's 100% truthful.
I just look at Elzeiros and I'm like, you've had a little bit of experience, huh?
A little bit. Weird.
Let's just say that when I came to town, I might have heard rumors that something like this would happen.
Might I ask why you didn't even want
I
to
mean,
tell the
why
father
so
first?
cryptic, Elzeiros?
Elzeiros, why might you not want to talk to the father or say something before doing such a thing?
Because it was a vampire.
What do you know of vampires? Where else have you encountered them?
He already told us.
Hey, Rune, I
Alright,
guess.
hold on, give me a second. Let's say he was not the first vampire I've killed.
I told you.
Have you come to this land before?
Not this land. They've come for me before, though.
Why?
Why did they do anything?
Are you a vampire hunter? Are you from a
There's no
long
clues,
lineage of vampire hunters? Elzeiros, what's your last name?
I don't actually even know how to pronounce it.
That sounds like a vampire hunter last name, my friend.
What's the Dracula guy? Yeah. Yeah.
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing.
No, as far as I'm aware, I'm the first of my lineage who's a vampire hunter.
And you
And the
believe
last.
You
we open
admitted
all the
that you are a
doors.
vampire hunter.
Yes. If that much was not obvious already.
Why would?
Mm,
Mm,
I
There's
like
a reason
it.
why they're after you, Elzeiros.
Fine.
We keep an eye on you.
Sometime, a long time ago, vampires killed my entire family. And I swore upon myself that I would do my best to eradicate them from the face of the earth.
You just gave yourself homework, Miles. I need you to write a more in-depth backstory now. So sorry.
Got him.
That was not the first I've killed, and it will not be the last. I urge you to do the same.
My next question
What?
is then, did you recruit us to come help you kill this Von Strahd guy?
That's what I was gonna ask.
That was the plan eventually. We kind of got forced into coming here without adequate preparations.
Let me ask you
You
this.
fucking lying piece of shit.
He's
You
went
fucking
for
got me
respect.
stuck in this fucking land for your own fucking ambition?
No, we were hunting werewolves. I don't want to be. Well, now I do kind of want to be here. I didn't want to be here then.
You motherfucker.
Where there are werewolves, there are vampires.
That's not true.
I whip out my quill and my paper and I start dribbling down some stick lyrics to the next song. I'm gonna
Think
make.
Twilight. I know it.
I look at Elzeiros right in the eyes and I say, are you saying that it was not your original intention for us to get here, but that you might be satisfied with the outcome of us coming here?
Well, yeah, I get to kill vampires.
But you did not drag us out here on purpose.
No, the werewolf hunt was to see if you could pass muster.
Bapef just goes into contemplation.
Well, if I do say so myself, lads, it sounds like we have an experienced vampire hunter. Being as we are in vampire territory, Elzeiros, if you would like to open all the doors from now on and go first, I'm okay with that.
Well, let me throw an idea at you, Elzeiros. Perhaps the most effective way of getting rid of vampires is not to straight up kill all of them upon first sight. Perhaps there is magic or something of the sort we can do.
Yeah, if you don't have a sword, but you saw how effective the sword was.
Well, I'm just saying, next time if we are not in immediate danger, can you at least hold yourself to not immediately kill the vampires?
I would not agree to that. That sounds like a bad idea. We should probably immediately kill the vampires if we're able to. If not, they're going to try to kill you.
I
What
have
if
tried
they
many
were-
times to get them to talk, but I will say, if you are willing to take that risk, I will see if it works, and if it doesn't, I will be ready to just help to kill the vampires.
Fair enough. Sounds like a decent deal.
I'm with him. I'm shooting vampires on sight. But I don't have a knife, so you don't have to worry about that.
Can we get like a perception check from Elzeiros to everyone? Or a performance or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see a performance check. Your a persuasion check. See if your vampire chops hold up here.
No.
Bapef remains skeptical, but understands perhaps where he's coming from. When Elzeiros mentioned that they had killed his entire family, he took a moment to actually understand that.
Elzeiros, they killed your family. Did they by any chance turn into vampires?
My family?
Yes.
Yes, that's why I'm hunting vampires. They turned my son.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
So have you got the chance to kill your family yet?
No, and when I do, I fear my quest will finally be complete.
That's pretty heavy.
Yeah, trust me, it was easier for the priest this way.
I'm skeptical of Elzeiros, but I
Where
get
is your
families
son, if
are
you don't mind me asking?
Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't be here.
Okay.
Well, if we see him, be sure to stab him.
Well, if I'm find out, I'm just gonna go stare right straight there. Kill him for you.
Alright.
Just kidding. Theron wouldn't have said that.
Ishmark and Rena just look at you all like you're fucking psychopaths. As you guys discuss killing this man's children and family. You hear Ishmark whisper under his breath, "Fucking adventurers," to Irina.
Well, adventurers who buried your dads. There's that.
You're welcome.
Doesn't give you an excuse to just be an asshole to everybody, you know.
Well, this place is turning me into an asshole. Jump up and click my heels like a weird little leprechaun and motion the party to get the hell out of here.
All right, cool. So, with the conversations done, Donovich wailing in the Undercroft, Irina and Ishmark seeing what type of people you truly are, what would you like to do now?
Let's go save the town.
I would like to go peep the ashes of the building as we make our way to the tavern, potentially, depending on what everybody wants to do, and then prepare to travel.
The tavern is
We're going to the
not
well,
on the
right?
way to the
Not
well.
tavern.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So as you guys start to walk out past the town, Irina and Ishmark leading the way. In this case, you come to a small clearing, less than 500 feet outside of the limits, and you see a small, uncovered stone well. In this case.
Where the heck are we?
Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, as we approach the well, I look at Theron and I'm like, is this water from this well? Perhaps you can compare the two, see if this is the source.
I bring the bucket up and examine it, see if it's identical to the well water I have.
How are you going to examine water with your eyes to see if it's identical? Because it's going to look like water.
Yeah, I don't. I look back at Bapef. I can. If you're asking me for confirmation, if it is the same disease, I can give you 100% confirmation. But I think it's safe to assume that it is the same disease.
Very well.
Let me ask this question. Are all the wells in the area giving the same effects?
Yes. All of it just seems to be the water. We don't know for sure, but since those who have stopped drinking water, they stopped getting sick.
Before Bapef does what he's about to do, I want to look into the well, make sure there's no rotting bodies of animals or anything that's potentially causing the corruption.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Ten.
So you can see down to the bottom of the well. You do see water, but it does look like there's also stone down there. It does look like it could open up.
Huh. Can you describe that more? Stone to open up? Like, is it collapsed?
No. So you look down there and you do see water, but it looks like there's also a stone floor. It looks like it opens up into a bigger aquifer.
Gentlemen, I relate to the group. Gentlemen, I believe the problem does not persist only here. I believe they all draw from the same water source.
Do you remember that big pile of trash we fought when we first arrived?
Yes.
Yeah, do you think that might be connected? It did look like an aquifer down there as well.
I could be.
We're in the basement of the murder house. I don't know. No. How long has this problem with the water persisted?
It's been at least 2-3 weeks at this point, maybe a little longer. People just started to really see, I guess, issues almost about a moon ago.
I look at the group and I'm like, there's a spell that I can cast that will purify this well for a time, but I believe there is a greater source. If they are all connected, then the source must be somewhere else.
I would agree. Would it be possible to get to the source by following this well?
I mean, this is the main well. This was the first one dug.
Well, if anyone wants to go down there.
I think we should investigate it.
Yep. Get the rope out.
If I know anything about being a druid, if all these wells are connected, it will be very hard to go down there and try to find the source.
Well, what if we head back to our favorite burning house?
What? And I take a look at our newly found friends, Arian and Ishmark. What do you know anything of where this water is coming from? Is there a stream or a lake or anything of the sort nearby?
I mean, it's an underground aquifer.
So it's an aquifer. It's really big.
Yeah, it's like we dug a well.
Not necessarily accessible.
I can perchance purify this well for some short time, but it will probably return right back to the way it was once we leave.
That sounds kind of fucked up.
We can at least replenish our supplies.
This is true. Well, it's worth a shot.
So what do you guys want to do here? Do we want to investigate the well further? Do we want to leave? What do we want to do?
Yeah.
Seeing as there's no obvious way, like, it's a well, it's filled with water.
I did say there's like a stone floor down there.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant stone floor covered with water. Okay.
No. I meant like you can see that there's water, but it does look off to like the left as you look down that there is a place to like stand and move around. Think fantasy here with me. Don't think real well.
Bazzlo, perhaps you can send your hand friend down there to see if it if the stones are
Can't
dirty.
see with the hand.
I don't believe he will.
I know, but he can push up against stone.
Shoot silver down the damn well.
Silver shoots down the well and sees that it opens up almost like a cave. In that case, there seems to be a pool of water and some things that line around the cave.
There's a pool of water and a cave system.
Sounds dangerous, Albert. Are you are you up for it?
I don't see why we would go down there when
Elzeiros.
nothing but murder down there.
There might
Or
be
we
some
could
vampires
potentially
down
find.
there.
What did you say?
Said there might be some vampires down there, Elzeiros. What do you think?
Or butts.
A giant secret library could be down there.
Oh, books, boys.
I will tell you
They
guys
would
this.
be damp and ruined with water.
All right, I will tell you guys this. The world will have consequences for things you do and don't do. I'm not saying like this is gonna lead to some crazy fucking thing. I'm just saying, you know, if yeah.
That being said, I want to look to our other two compatriots that are currently with us, the PCs, and ask them this. Are you guys aware of this? We apparently can see quite a bit of a cave system down here. Have you guys been aware of this?
I mean, people have talked about it. You can probably tell we're not super adventurous people, but I believe there might be one down there.
Here's the thing.
Well, gentlemen, I look to the rest of the group. What are our other options going forward? Because that looks a little conspicuous.
Here's the way I see it. We could go down there, and best case scenario, we do fix the source and nobody dies, and we do make allies to this town. But on the other hand, that is more healthy beings that could be turned into vampires by Strahd.
Well, the unhealthy beings are not helping any of us either, since I've been trampled by a bunch of zombies, so if we're gonna help these people of the town, I believe we need to go down there.
Yeah, and you know, as skeptical as I may be, it is my duty to help this town.
We can also just walk to the next town.
That's precisely what I was getting at. Shall we stay here and try to purify this well, or perhaps move on?
Well,
I vote to purify.
I also vote to help, because that sounds like an adventure, but we've led y'all into enough, so if someone believes that this isn't the right way, and you're not rubbing you the right way, Albert, then maybe we give your plan a shot.
Let's hear from everyone.
Who else?
Not our well, not our problem.
On par.
I'm on that. I'm on that thought too. I don't care about the dirty water.
All right, we'll let the townspeople die. Be peace.
I cannot believe you.
However, I will cast Purify Food and Drink and tell your people, I can purify this well, but for a short time, to come get as much as they can.
Just want to check one thing.
The 5-foot square radius.
Yeah, I was about to
But I can
You're better
focus it.
taking a barrel and purifying the water in the barrel.
It's first
Or
level
a couple
slot spell,
barrels.
so I can at least give him some respite, and I can focus it.
I will say that the well is just a little bit further than 10 feet deep.
Okay. Scratch that. Yeah, I'm with the going out of town crew.
Cool.
Seems right.
I cannot believe you.
What's Theron gonna do here?
We must help this town. I fear that it can only lead to good.
I lean over to Theron and I'm like, we also must find out how to get out of here. This town is but one part of a bigger system.
Perhaps we can start here.
The best help we can provide is ridding them of the vampire threat.
Of course you would say that.
Maybe we can check the well out on our way back. If we're going, if there is a way back.
Will you guys at least just let me go down there and take a peek?
You can do whatever you want, bud.
What time of the day is it?
It's midday. It's like noon.
I
Fine.
guess we might as well take it.
Okay.
If you get into trouble, we won't be able to help you out.
Yeah, I just want to go down there. Perhaps you can tie the rope to me, and I just want to take a good look. If anything's amiss,
We'll pull you right back up.
pull me right back up. Yes.
Having learned a thing or two from Albert over the time that we spent together, I walk over to him and I put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like, how about we just lower him down and pull him right back up?
I don't have the strength to do that, but if you convince the others, that'd be pretty funny.
Yes. I turn to the group. Theron, if you would like to take a look, I think we can all agree if you would like to go down. But we are going to immediately pull you back up.
We tie a rope to Theron.
Cool. Who's gonna be lowering him down into the well?
I'm gonna cast light on Theron so he can see.
I'll help.
Ideally, I would like a couple of us
see
to
in
help.
the dark.
Yeah.
I can see
Line
in the
up with
dark.
the rope. Like each of us
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're all just got our hands linked
Hoisting.
together. Yeah.
tying it to this rock back here, you know, for safety reasons.
All right.
Nobody notices this, but Albert pulls out a knife.
So as you all begin to lower Theron down into this well, Theron, you get down to close to the bottom, and you see it opens up into a pretty big cave complex. I want you to give me a perception check real quick.
I'm gonna use my inspiration you gave me.
Good
Okay.
Good
I'm
choice.
using it anyway.
I got you.
You look around and you see bodies slumped up against walls, and you see a body floating in the middle of what seems to be the pool of water where they draw their water from. In that case, so it just looks like there's bodies everywhere within this well.
Start pulling them back up.
Yeah, pull me up.
Hoist. Hoist. Heave. What did you see down there, Theron?
It is worse than I could have imagined. It appears that there are many dead down there.
Are you saying zombie juice is possibly affecting the water? Dead bodies?
But what dead bodies? And then I want to look over at Irina and her brother. Do you know of any missing Barovians?
People go missing all the time. Some walk off into the woods to die. Others just no one knows what happens to them.
Oh dear. I think someone is intentionally poisoning your water. Now that your father is dead, who has authority in the town?
Ishmar or Irina looks at Ishmark, and Ishmark shrugs his shoulders. My father was a great man. I am fondly referred to as Ishmark the Lesser. So I guess it's me, but nobody's gonna listen.
Well, maybe time to step it up. We're out of here.
You guys
I
should start
hear that.
producing more wine.
I feel my friends are going to be against getting rid of these bodies, but if there was some way you could let them know of what is happening.
Irina looks to Ishmark and is clearly what the fuck? These are the heroes you selected.
Heroes is a strong word.
Exactly.
One more good attempt to persuade my party to help me get rid of this. Gentlemen, I know. Listen, I too want to get out of these lands, but it is all connected. Whatever's poisoning, whoever put those bodies down there must have an ill reason to do so. I think we should help at least get this village some clean water to drink.
Theo,
Listen,
if you
if they
roll a
had
nat
something-
20 right now, I'll change my opinion.
You know what?
If
No,
they
I'm
had
on
something
board with
to
the
offer.
cleric.
What?
I'm on board with the cleric.
If they had something to offer, perhaps.
Well,
But we're doing everything for free, bud.
Albert, our You're both giving small focus energy, and we need you to give some big focus energy.
I'm of the mind of we identify the problem. It's up to them to fix it.
I agree.
At least they know.
Who's all good aligned here?
Me.
Okay.
Tarek obviously is.
Yeah.
Like,
Let me take a look here.
So,
Lawful neutral.
I'm also neutral good.
Okay. Do
All
what
right.
you guys want.
Yeah.
yeah, look,
Hear me out.
I'm for going
So-
down there.
I agree with the cleric. I think his plan is stupid. But if we clean this well and tell the villagers that the well is now clean, and make sure all the villagers know it, whoever's poisoning this well will come back to the well to poison it again.
That has been the theme.
So you're saying there's no point because it'll just get poisoned again.
No, I'm saying we
He's saying he
when-
might be able to kill a vampire.
But how long will
Ishmark
you
looks
wait
up
for
at
them?
you. Look. If you clear the well, I won't let it slip, or I'll let a few hints slip here and there. I'll even show myself drinking water at the tavern.
No, don't let it slip. Make it obvious.
But then I'll make it obvious.
I display a bit of concern, but I tell Irina and Ishmark, listen, this is part of a bigger problem. I understand. We are the apparently chosen few, but we do have bigger things to worry about. So perhaps you could inspire the people of the town to come here and clear it out.
We also don't know that this is the only thing that's poisoning the well.
Well, we'd know if we went down there.
We can confirm that. But we must eliminate that possibility first.
If a tree begins to rot, it's usually at the roots.
Where's the roots of an
At least that's what he
aquifer?
said.
Implying there's a bigger problem.
Well, I think you're outvoted, cleric.
Elzeiros is in, Albert. What do you say?
Well, it's 3 against 3, no?
Yeah, it is absolutely 3 against 3. Actually, it should be technically 4, but it's all good.
Geo, roll a
Extenuating circumstances.
roll a d20. If you convince me, I'll do it.
Actually, I want 3 of you. I want Bazzlo, Elzeiros, and Theron to roll for persuasion right now. And then I want first, and then I want Muurujin, Bapef, and Albert to let's go with wisdom saving throws.
Oh, that's rough.
Crap.
Wisdom saving, dog?
Oh, gosh.
God damn it.
Nat 20.
God damn it, dude.
They're
Wow.
unfazed.
I roll a 3. Oh.
How about this? I get that you guys. Let
Listen,
me
get a
just.
reward and I'm in. Get
Just
a
get a
reward in this
reward.
deal and I'm in.
All right,
Bait
all
me
right,
with
we should
loot.
ask is- Ishmark, what could you give us if we weren't down for this? We're risking our lives. We're
Have
risking
you
our necks.
not
the house.
seen the town? we can
Wait.
gather up some gold, but where are you going to spend it? Is the
Wait,
question.
hold on. Geo, check your DMs.
I can turn gold into spells.
Like a portrait
That's
of
what I need
myself on
gold
the
for.
tavern.
What'd you say, Bazzlo?
I'd like a portrait of myself on the tavern and maybe name us the barons of Shitty Town.
Ishmark, could you perhaps set aside one of these houses for us that is in good condition, for us to own and possibly do what we want with?
If you're going to be staying in a Barovia for a while, you have your pick of the litter.
And that's
Albert, do
without
you
going
want a
down the
house?
well.
Place
No.
flat caps.
No, with going down the well.
I do not want a fucking house in a cursed land with a bad well.
But I think you've hit the bottom of the market. It's only up from here. Its value is going to go up substantially.
Nope, wrong angle.
I also have this golden egg that you could perhaps use.
What's the value on that gold egg?
Oh, it's worth its weight in gold, at least.
Could I turn it into spells?
Yeah, fuck it. We'll say you can turn it into a spell.
All right,
Why
give
not?
me the golden egg now, and I'll go with you. But I need it now.
Half now, half after it's done.
Are you gonna break an egg in half?
Yes, I'm going to break an egg in half.
God damn it!
Yeah,
I'm
he's
holding
not
you to
gonna
this.
go anywhere. Just give him the whole thing.
Yeah, where's he gonna go?
All right, let's- how about each
I
of you
will-
guys
Back
take
in
an
a
egg?
well.
I grab the egg, I like crack it against my head and give him half now.
It's golden, bro. Just give me the egg.
Do I
Oh.
crack it? I guess is the better question.
You could throw it down the well.
Oh, that's true.
No, because then if it goes in the water, I'm just coming back out the well. Give me the egg. Let's go. Before it
Give
gets
him the
dark.
whole egg. Where's he gonna
You are
go?
heavenly man. There,
Okay.
you don't really need
I
that
hand him
golden
the egg.
I have the golden egg. All right, somebody throw a rope down. Let's go.
That was easy.
Bapef shapeshifts, knowing that Albert is convinced, and now the group is deciding to go down the well. Shapeshifts into a wolf and swan dives into the well, pitter-pattering, using his increased wolf agility across the sides of the wall, and goes down the well.
Give me an acrobatics check.
$16.
All right. Okay. So you land in the well with good ease. As you pitter patter around, the first thing that you smell when you get to it is just decay and rots, and you see bodies in the well.
It's like crap down here, boys.
Now you're gonna smell like wet dog and corpse juice.
Mmm.
I use Mage Hand and pull the bloated corpse out of the water.
So
Which way did we-
saying
Which
it's
way did
right
we-
above you.
Where the light is. See how the image has a light? Focus.
Okay. Which way is the water flowing, or is it just like stagnant?
It's flowing towards the east here, so it is slightly flowing, but not very much.
Flowing towards the east, so this direction.
West, excuse me.
Okay. Well, I want to take a peep down this way.
Yeah, as you take a peep, you just see that it looks like an underground cavern in this case. That just an underground river that it seems people have built wells upon.
Does it look like the corpse could have floated from where the river opening is, or is it not?
No. So the
Okay.
water. Let's see. So the water is kind of just pooling in this case. You can't tell if it was thrown or if it washed up. Is everybody else down the well?
I
Yes.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
Okay.
investigate the body.
Okay. So as you investigate this body, Bazzlo, give me an investigation check. You notice that the body is mostly intact. Its skin is turning green and black with age, though.
Lads, judging by the things that attacked me early on, I say we might have to do something with these bodies before we do too much. Start messing with stuff. I fear they could awake, as the others may have.
Are we all down the well?
It seems so, yes.
Yeah, those aren't going to wake up. They're just going to fall apart when we touch them. We need a better plan.
That
Yeah,
being
we,
said, Bapef is, knowing that there are bodies down here, immediately going to the mouth of the flow of water, and I'm going to smell and see if there's anything else.
Cool. Give me a perception check.
$23.
Yeah, so you don't smell or see anything else down the river here, I guess. As you take a sniff of the air, you still just smell the pungent smell of rotting corpses around you. But further down, you really can tell no difference.
And then Mike, just to confirm, like what the water's, it's almost like a spring right here, right? It's
Yeah,
coming up
yeah.
from underground. Okay.
Yeah. Picture yourselves in a cave, a fantasy cave, where they have built a well on top of an underground river. Okay.
And these are all rock over at the side?
Yep, rock and bodies and shit.
Well, burn them.
Well,
Perhaps we burn them up where the water is not.
How are you going to get the bodies out of here?
Well, we just have our friends up on the surface pull each body up.
Albert, did you cast Mage Hand?
I mean, I can get Mage Hand out there and do that. So yeah, let's say I can cast Mage Hand because I was tired of people talking. And I just started pulling the bloated corpse to the side.
Cool. So as you begin to pull this bloated corpse, the water begins to bubble and keep bubbling up, and until it turns into almost what seems to be a rage or a torrent. And out from the water appears this giant mound of blood and bodies that seems to all be congealed into one. And it seems as if a fiend has emerged from the water, and we're going to end there for the night because this combat's going to take a little while.